G'day, g'day, g'day. You know, memento. Get my shit together. Also gonna make sure that this shit's working properly before I do anything. Before I say anything remarkable. With all that wonderful insight I provide every week. Yeah. I am not an expert. Just a 20-year fan. Come on, phone. I want to know if the shit's working. I assume it is. Hello. There we go. Yeah, it's working. Okay, cool. We're in. We're here. Let's go. Let's watch a race. Let's hope it doesn't rain. There's like a slight chance of rain at the race today. So to accommodate for that, they moved the race up a whole 5 minutes. It'll really make a difference.
No practice this year. So what will they do? We've talked to drivers.
Junior.
About getting down to the corner. That traction compound is very, very slick, and so there's a lot of laps on it, a lot of heat that makes it sort of activate and start to work. So
Dale Jr.
All of you guys are going to be on their toes getting into the corner for the first several laps of this race, and as they get wider and wider.
You know, all them cars spinning out in practice last year. Reminds me, Alex Bowman was on his third car by the end of the weekend, and it was a repainted 48 car. But they had a lot more downforce here last year. They've got even less downforce and less grip this year. And, oh yeah, no practice. No practice, less downforce, slick racetrack. This could be fun. Jose, can you see? Sing it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Baba Dom's early lot. Baba Dom's early lot. Baba Dom's early lot.
Last week, we lost two true NASCAR pioneers with the passing of New Hampshire Motor Speedway founder Bob Bear and legendary crew chief and engine builder Maurice Petty. Their commitment and dedication to the racing community.
Dude's name was Maurice. That's how you know he was a legend.
Please join us in a moment of silence to recognize Bob Bear and Maurice Petty.
Boy, there are a lot of fans in the stands. There's a lot of fans in the stands. This is almost like the most normal Cup race we've had since we've been back.
Director and founder of the New England-based aviation ministry, Propelling the Gospel Missions, offers today's invocation.
Let us pray.
Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you today as one nation under God. We pray today for the drivers and their families.
Indivisible.
Sport is the only sport that promotes unity and the power of prayer before every event. We think today on
Well, they hammered that shit into our head in school.
That has made a lasting impression that exemplifies your
It's as
love
if doing that would
and
make
your
you resent it or
goodness that is
something.
offered to all of humankind.
It's kind of like going to church.
We thank you for
Yeah, force
all
your
that
kids
you're
to go to
doing in
church
our
so they
lives.
totally resent that shit when they get older.
Just pray for today's events, and we are careful to give you all the praise and all the glory. In Jesus' name, amen.
And now to sing "O Canada," followed by the Star Spangled Banner from Linfield, Massachusetts, your official anthem singer of the Boston.
Okay, am I going to have to mute this anthem? How good or bad is this?
Oh, Canada,
Okay, I will not mute the Canadian national anthem. God bless Canada for being everything that we should aspire to be here in America. I'd be such a smart ass. I would like have my hand over my heart and everything for the Canadian anthem. I'd be like, fuck yeah, Canada. And then when they do the national anthem for the U.S., just take a knee. Truex in a Sports Clips car. That's weird. Or is it Sport Clips? It's just Sport Clips. I said Sports Clips. I think it's just Sport Clips. Good God, everything about Canada's better. Even their national anthem's better than ours. Yeah, Canada. Mute. We listened to the Canadian national anthem. That's good enough for me. That was always one of my favorite parts about going to Loudon, was getting to hear the Canadian national anthem. See them people, they had a sea bear circle around their camp. I don't know, I like how they had like a circle or something around where they were sitting, I guess to tell people to stay back or something. Like, don't cross that line. They just really don't want to attract a sea bear. Speaking of sea bears, I might get the Battle for Bikini Bottom game. Maybe. I suck at those kinds of games. I suck at most video games. And I ain't played Battle for Bikini Bottom in like 15 years. But the temptation is strong to buy any game I can possibly get for my PC. Oh, I'm hoping for a good race today. You know what? It's been over a week since we did a race, and I was starting to miss it. Yesterday, just last night, I was starting to miss it. Like last week, I was like, man, I'm a little burnt out. I'm ready to take a break. We did a lot of racing for the last couple of months. Then I got a little burnt, not on watching it, but on streaming it and everything. But now I'm like, fuck it, let's get back to it. Let's do this. Does that guy work for like the Italian mob or something? Like he's one of them stereotypical, chunky Italian-looking dudes. I assume he's Italian. Hey, I saw a girl in a Haley Deegan shirt. There you go. The future is bright. One last trip to Twitter land. Well, not one last trip. We'll be checking it periodically throughout the day, obviously. One man, two anthems. Very impressive. You heard that Richard Petty Motorsports offered Bubba Wallace partial ownership because Ganassi and Hendrick are interested, and RPM really wants to keep Bubba. Bubba, it's great that he has a team that really believes in him and wants him there. But it's also good that like Ganassi and Hendrick are like, hey, we're interested. And that puts Bubba in the tough spot of, do I stay with this underfunded, underachieving team and try to build it into something great, or do I go right to a competitor right now? By the way, there's a little chance of rain in the forecast. Sunset is at 8:06 Eastern Time, so we got 5 hours and 5 minutes. Hopefully, vortex theory and all that goodness will protect us, deliver us from the weather, old vortex theory. Indianapolis 500, August 23rd. I'm actually excited as fuck. What cup race is on August 23rd? Is that Dover? There's a Dover Cup race that day, isn't there? Might have to do a double feature live reaction. I know the Indy 500 will start before Dover does. Dover probably won't start till like 4 o'clock. Indy will be on by 1. Car wreck in turn 1. It's possible. I was just saying before you got here, I was like, they wrecked a lot in practice last year. They have had no practice this weekend and way less downforce and less grip than last year when they were at New Hampshire. So this could get ugly. I know there'll be a competition caution. These guys will probably be creeping around till then. I thought the Xfinity Series raced at New Hampshire. Why isn't there an Xfinity race at New Hampshire? Oh, well, at least there's a cup race. I picked Dennis to win. Just thought I'd grab some of that low-hanging fruit today and just say Denny Hamlin. I think they'll tiptoe into turn 1. You won't see the aggression ramp up at all till after the competition caution. Everybody will do their best to get to the competition caution. And then after that, they might get a little more brave. Look at all them people in the stands. Jesus. That makes me cringe.
Probably don't get any more unique than when you come to New Hampshire Motor Speedway and you win a lobster for winning this race. Let's find out some of the stories before.
Can we get this race going? There's rain in the area. Of course there fucking is.
Team Penske did a crew chief swap amongst all three teams. Brad Keselowski
We'll be playing NASCAR Heat 5 before you know it, because it's going to fucking rain.
Was climbing speed on the 550 horsepower package tracks. Last week, they led last, finished second. That was a huge step for this team, but he said, we can't lose focus on the 750 package like we have here today, because that is where Brad is best on the short tracks, Marty.
There's a lot of 750 horsepower races in the playoffs. Bristol, Richmond, Phoenix, Martinsville, Charlotte Roval. What do I play NASCAR Heat 5 on? PS4 for now. Playing it on PS4 until I finish my season. I've been streaming. Then I'm going to get it for PC.
Well, Kyle Busch last week, you can't believe this, won his first stage of the 2020 season. He has not won a race since last year at Homestead when he won the championship, and this team is frustrated. He hit the wall last week with a very fast car, and he said to his crew chief, Adam Stevens, that was all me. He took the onus on that, but this team has a lot of confidence coming in today.
Oh, yeah, you're on Xbox? I've got an Xbox, but I'm about to sell it soon. I literally have no use for my Xbox anymore. Sure, I'd miss it if I got rid of it. Maybe I won't sell it, I don't know. I'd miss it if I didn't have it. But between my PC and my PS4, I'm pretty much covered. He said race twack.
And finished fourth here in this race last year. Ryan Blaney looking to add some more playoff points to pad that insurance policy. Let's get the engines cranked here in the Granite State in front of the fans in New Hampshire.
Here to give the command to start engines, please welcome interim CEO and Senior Vice President of Resort Operations at Foxwood Resort Casino, Jason.
I've been to Foxwood Resort and Casino once. Didn't have a great time. Coincidentally.
All of our loyal Foxwoods team members and guests. And with that, gentlemen, start your engine!
He said, gentlemen, he's sexist. Cancel him, ban him from NASCAR. He didn't say drivers, that's not inclusive. And I'm offended. God, it's been 10 days since the last Cup race.
The guy that's been great here, going for 3 in a row, Kevin Harvick. We'll talk to him next.
I'm planning on going to the Charlotte Roval if they'll let me. If they'll let me in, I'm going to the Charlotte Roval. Whatever it takes. I gots to go to Charlotte. I gotta go somewhere this year, dude. I'm fucking going crazy here. For real. I don't like that there's so many people at the race today, but good for them. Happy for them, I guess. You know, Bubba Wallace has like a fucking mountain man beard going on. I just saw it on Twitter. Please don't let it rain on this race. As tired as I am, I can't take a rain delay. I don't think I'm going to be able to stream tonight because I'm probably going to bed as soon as the race is over. I'll have to let everybody know how much you want to bet it's going to be a Hamlin-Harvick battle. I would bet a lot of money on that. I really would. Almirola is going to be tough. Almirola's on pole again, and he's been really good at New Hampshire the last couple of years. I think about 2018 when Almirola pretty much had the race won, and then Clint Boyer brought the fucking caution out and gave it back to fucking Kyle Busch and Harvick to battle it out. So don't be surprised if Almirola spoils the fun, but I picked Hamlin to win the race.
NASCAR on NBCSN is brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. Credit One Bank.
Like I said, this is like the most normal Cup race I've seen because the stands are pretty packed. Why are they talking about Homestead from last year?
So crushing for Denny Hamlin. This
Oh.
11 he's just spewing water everywhere. Kyle Busch, the champion, yet again.
I've had to evolve as a race car driver.
How many championships this man gonna give away? I'm kidding. Just trolling.
Process of being good at something.
They have done it again here. Great season continues for Denny Hamlin.
He's got clear sailing all the way to the checkered flag.
Ew, them Pocono races were bad, weren't they?
Good athlete. I just work really hard to be good at it.
Boy, what a season it is turning out to be for Denny Hamlin, picking up the victory tonight in the Speedway.
We're having a fantastic year. I just feel like I'm in my wheelhouse right now.
Denny Hamlin will be up in the front.
Cars on the track.
Starting lineup.
Eric Almirola,
Armored Armadillo.
Denny Hamlin,
Dennis of Hamilton.
Virginia.
Dennis of Hamilton.
Chase Elliott, Dawsonville, Georgia.
Chase Elliott in the top 5. That's good to see.
Keselowski, Rochester Hills, Michigan. Kyle Busch, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Clint Boyer, Emporia, Kansas.
Kevin Harvick, Bakersfield, California. Alex Bowman, Tucson, Arizona. Joey Logano, Middletown, Connecticut. Kurt Busch, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Burt Kush.
Martin Truex Jr.
And Truex got the short end of the draw, him and Blaney. The last 2 of the top 12.
Kevin Harvick on the radio now, Jeff.
Bubba Wallace to the rear and Corey LaJoie to the rear, along with Austin Dillon to the rear. And Bubba and Corey's crew chiefs have been suspended for this race.
Sorry, he is.
Improperly placed ballast.
Try him again. Hey, Harvick, you got us?
Ed Denny's a Virginia guy.
Fifth win and third in a row here in New Hampshire. Tell us what's going to be standing in your way today.
You know, it's the same old thing, Jeff. You just got to turn before they do. We got to get a good feel for our car as we go through this traction compound throughout the day. Figure out where we're running, what our car's doing, and try to keep up with the track.
Got a lot of conversation about the traction compound, and everybody's nervous about taking off here on this first screen. What's your concerns about that?
Yeah, I think just making sure we don't get anything. I think that's the main concern. So, you know, I think wait for that thing to rubber up, really try to make sure that.
I'm surprised they're being allowed to race in New Hampshire. I thought the northern states were being more strict. So it's weird to see so many people in the stands.
I know it'll be slippery once we start with this fresh match.
Man, that small spoilers look good, don't they? That high horsepower on a flat racetrack looks good.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Multitasking. We'll ask Junior and Steve to do that as well. Give us the onward.
Hopefully that rain will break up as we go along here.
Sponsor here is the Hunt Brothers Pizza guys. Going to provide the camera. That's a roof camera. We saw the interior camera looking back at the driver. Also a side panel on this number 4 car.
Man, it's as if this race should have started at 1 o'clock and the rain wouldn't be a concern. But what do I know? I've just been watching for 25 years.
Toyota camera on board for Kyle Busch. Can he get his
Like that
first
paint scheme on Boyer's car. It's a new paint scheme.
side panel?
Side panel.
Front row. Good view right
And I'm so happy they changed Almirola's Smithfield scheme to that because it's so much better.
Get a good view for that start, Rick. Nothing in front of him except for a clean racetrack. A lot of conversation.
1 to go. We're going green next time.
Another guy that has a great view is Rutledge Wood because he is watching from home, watching the broadcast. And
Like I said, sunsets at 8:06 and there's a chance of rain. So stay tuned.
Right, Rick, you know,
Hey, Rut. Hey, they got Rut's audio fixed this week.
We're gonna try to get
He doesn't sound like he's in some kind of echo chamber.
part of the race. Let's take a look at John and Abby. They are there at New Hampshire Motor Speedway enjoying the race this morning.
Look at them kids getting that coronavirus. What is up with that kid's haircut?
How about
Jacqueline Roberts sent this picture of Elena. She's pulling for Jimmy Johnson today. Had a birthday. But, guys, use that hashtag. Hey,
I'm pulling for Jimmy Johnson, too. What a coincidence.
Even Blake Shelton's watching. This is going to be big.
I'm sure he's wondering what's going to happen on this start when they barrel into turn number 1, not knowing what PJ wants.
Low downforce, high horsepower, flat racetrack. Small racetrack, not a mile and a half. This is ideal. I just wish it was like really fucking sunny though. We'd get really slick sliding around. Okay. Almirola picked the outside lane. Hamlin spins the tires on the start. Wow, Hamlin really blew that start. Keselowski and Boyer are up to second and third. And Almirola takes off. 3 wide in turn 1. Couple of cars. Oh, Kyle Busch dead sideways off of 2. How dusty this track is. There's got to be like no grip out there at all. Whoa, Boyer in the outside groove. I thought he was going to the wall. Almirola leads lap 1. Everybody keep it under control till the competition caution. You can see which cars are driving in harder and which cars are backing off and gassing up in the center really easy on this racetrack. It's one of my favorite things about Loudon. Everybody's driving completely different. Hamlin settled back into third after Boyer's near disaster. Almirola still leading. Keselowski's close.
Did have a very cautious start, but he's in a position right now where he's got to park one piece and opportunity to still win this race. Sometimes you got to take those sacrifices.
Keselowski going for the lead on Almirola.
Almirola's on the outside in the 10.
Watch this run off the corner. Almirola's going to get, whoa, Kurt Busch out of the groove. Keselowski leads that lap. Already this race is great. And Keselowski clears Almirola on lap 4. So Keselowski's leading. 3 wide in the back.
They fire off fast on the short run. Be interested to see if they can hang on as the run goes on.
See what happened to the 14, and now we see
Blaney went wide there.
moving up the racetrack a bit as well, but
Oh, that's why Boyer. Hamlin doored Boyer a little bit up near the start of the race. Way to go, Denny. What can you do? Yeah, nobody's walled it yet. This is such a Toyota racetrack. That's why it was a no-brainer to pick Denny Hamlin today. Although he's about to lose third to Kyle Busch. This is a Toyota racetrack. It's been firmly that way for a while now. It's based on consistent performance here. Ooh. Denny runs around Kyle Busch on the outside. Kyle really wanted to clear himself. Hamlin holds on for third.
We saw this Kurt Busch have problems. It started all the way back here. Came off turn 2, things got tight. He drives into turn 3, enters really high, and the car just never stuck. He was, when I say really high, he was about a foot higher than Blaney was, and that's where you see. That's where we saw so many problems in practice last year, entering just a little bit too high, Parker. Well, just as we saw this race, a lot of cars were sort of going to the
And where is everybody? Race has started and nobody's here. I've got a love-hate relationship with this track. But generally these days for this aero package, I love this track. And the competition caution's on lap 30. We're on lap 9, so we got 21 more laps. Next time by.
That's how you can lose so many spots in one corner. It's amazing what happens at this track.
You see all these battles on the racetrack, working on 10 laps with lead break. All these teams are racing a lap 30. There'll be a competition yellow, as there has been in all of these events without practice. NASCAR tells the teams ahead of time, around lap 30, we're going to throw a yellow. So if your car's good, you're frustrated, you only have to run 30. If it's bad, though, you at least have a spot out there that you can look to try to get the big to a yellow.
Right there, Blaney with a really good launch off turn 2 on the bottom. He made it work. But I think it was more Bowman having a problem. He just did not carry any speed on corner exit. Now Eric Jones is taking a bit.
Oh, Blaney, keep it out there. My God, Brian Blaney is all over the place, man. That's like the third time I've seen him go really wide in 3 and 4, and that time he almost didn't save it. And he just lost like 4 spots in one corner. Bowman, Custer, Byron, and Johnson all passed him in that corner.
Why do we see that into turn 3? Why are we seeing all these problems down at that end of the racetrack?
20 laps to the competition caution now. Blaney wheel hopped a little bit into that corner. He was very lucky to hold on to that. Byron did it this time. Now Byron went up to the wall. He didn't hit it. And now Blaney passes Johnson and Byron back.
That overshoots them into the corner.
Trying to take advantage of it. Here comes the gate. And Tyler Reddick wants to get by that 20 for William Byron. The two fighting for
I think Tyler Reddick's going to make it, guys.
one of the rookies, 4 in the Rookie of the Year battle. That's why the yellow stripe on the back bumper of the 8.
Well, we're 13 laps in. It's Keselowski, Almirola, Hamlin, Kyle Busch, and Clint Boyer, the top 5. And they go to commercial, so I go to Twitter. Fire up the Twitter machine. Everybody is getting out of that groove in 3 and 4, and it's a little crazy over there right now. Let me give you a weather update if I can for Loudon, New Hampshire. Nobody's here right now, so it's a weather update for me and me only. An audience of none. That's okay. Last night we had a killer stream with Batman on PC. Oh man, it's gonna rain in like 30 minutes. But after that, it's just a matter of how much more rain do we get. They won't be to halfway by the time it starts raining, though, so that's good. Remember, they got to get to halfway. And they're not going to get to halfway before the rain hits. But it's definitely coming. As of now, it looks like it's definitely coming. It's a flat racetrack. Just put some rain tires on them and let them go. Could you get it? I feel like you could get away with rain tires at Loudon. Loudon and Martinsville, surely. They're flat enough. The speeds are slow enough. Pocono, turn 1 at Pocono would probably kill that idea. I don't know. I'm sure they've looked into this before, so I just probably sound like an idiot. Oh, the Xfinity Series, Saturday at 12 at Road America. I'm excited. Missed the Xfinity. Oh, Kyle Busch is junked. Kyle Busch has crashed hard. Oh, my God. Wow. Kyle Busch crashed hard. That car's done.
So this is earlier in the race. We're going to see on the exit of turn 2.
Oh, he bounced off the wall.
Right rear of the 18 in the wall. There's another look at it, guys. Just a little high off corner exit. We've seen that before.
Turn 2, that's steep. Getting in down into turn 3. Oh, gosh.
It looks like a flat right front tire. Car just goes straight. Look at the
Flat right front, and Kyle Busch went straight into the wall.
That's a big hit.
DNF. That's over. That's a done deal right there. Oh, here's the onboard camera. I don't feel bad for Kyle. He's going to finish dead last. He's going to lose so many points.
you're trying to slow the car down to lessen the impact. Just absolutely nothing a driver can do at that point. And you know, this you said it, Rick. This year for Kyle Busch and that team has not been anywhere near what we expected, and it's not going to be able to be turned around for them today.
Steve, that's unusual. See a right front tire issue
this early. Yeah, Junior's right about that.
You know, it wouldn't shock me if we were 50, 60 laps
I'm glad Kyle's okay. At least he's not hurt.
The bead and it would go flat, but we're only 16
I figure they might move the competition caution to lap 35-ish now. Or maybe they'll restart here or at lap 20. It'll probably be a quick yellow.
Something under the hood. We talk about no practice. Maybe he ran over something on the racetrack. No other races this weekend. So
Kyle Busch going to get a last place finish. Denny Hamlin, Clint Boyer, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex on pit road, Eric Jones. A lot of guys in the back. Keselowski, Almirola, Elliott, Logano, and Custer stay out, along with Johnson, Byron, Reddick, Kenseth, Nemechek, and McDowell. So it's kind of a split decision here. Yeah, you cannot take fuel, but you don't need fuel for this stage. So this is not a bad strategy play here. I like this strategy for Hamlin. They needed to make an adjustment on Hamlin's car. Same for Harvick. He wasn't going anywhere either. Keselowski's clearly the class of the field right now. So this is a great call for them.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to give them opportunities. We see Kyle Busch taking the mandatory ride to the infield
Woo.
center.
That right there is the first.
Interesting development. I'm sure if Kyle does give an interview, I'm sure it'll be a very pleasurable one. It'll be fun to watch anyway, his interview. This is just not Kyle Busch's year. Somebody get me a violin. Miss Brent, give me a violin. Who's here? State your name and identify yourselves. 2020's wild, man. Kyle Busch is on the playoff bubble. Especially if we got to keep hoping for different winners, and we got some strong chances for that. Daytona Road Course and Daytona. You got to think we might get a different winner out of one of these races. We need a couple more. But Kurt Busch and Almirola are ahead of Kyle Busch in the standings, especially now after this little incident. Oh, are they showing a dick pill commercial? I got it muted. All these old ass football players and shit selling you pills that'll make your pee-pee smaller. Hey, Lori. Oh, man. Oh, God, it's thundering here. Really? Oh, I hope the storm doesn't knock my internet out. I'd hate to have to rely on my data to watch the race on my fucking phone. The thunder's much more. I gotta unplug my computer for a bit. So, Kyle Busch ate shit. Keselowski's the leader. Almirola's second. Elliott third. Logano fourth. A lot of these guys stayed out here at the Kyle Busch caution. The guys who pitted, I think, are on the right call. And Eric Jones just got a penalty for pitting outside his box or holding him for a lap. I still think that's pretty harsh. I still think that's way too harsh of a penalty. Still got that caution coming. Custer, please. Custer! Jesus Christ. Custer almost turned right up into front of the field. Jesus Christ. We should have another caution here in about 9 laps.
And everyone negotiating through 1 and 2.
Keselowski pulls out front again. There's poor Ryan Priest, 3 wide in the middle. With his luck lately, that's a very precarious position. If Ryan Priest was ever going to get shit turned around, you think it would be here at Loudon, where he's so good, or where he should be good. Hey, did I mention that Brad Daugherty's got a job at NBC now? You'll probably see him at Road America Saturday. Kurt Busch.
Marty, what's going on down there on pit road?
Well, just checking on the decision for Chris Gabehart about Denny Hamlin coming to pit road there. I asked him this morning, he said, I think this is going to be more of a tire race than people think. If you go back to Phoenix, the last time these tires were run, there was a lot of fall off, but we did not see that.
Phoenix was a great race this year, so that makes me happy to hear.
I'm going to be aggressive. I think tires are going to make a difference. We'll see. Denny Hamlin restarted 14.
Tire wear makes for great racing. Well, and it also made for Kyle Busch going into the wall, which I still think he got damage from hitting the wall earlier. I don't know.
Will be around lap 30 as we see the 11 of Denny Hamlin. Again, had the number 1 pit stall and got off the pit road second of those that came to pit road.
Whoa, my leg just got this really weird pain in it.
And now with
Ow.
Busch,
Jimmy Johnson's in 3rd.
Right, he's out of the info care center ranking.
Kyle Busch interview.
Straightaway, but I don't know. I think there's a replay of another pedigree car here a few years ago that blew a right front tire for absolutely no reason too. So seems to be our luck with the pedigree car here in New Hampshire. Sorry to all of our fans and all the pedigree folks, but it's still 2020. Yeah, guys, 2020 has not been Kyle Busch's year so far.
is the rating
Hashtag still 2020. He's right about that. We are so lucky to be getting to watch any kind of racing whatsoever, given the situation this country's in, that we're actually watching a race. I don't take it for granted at all anymore. I will never take watching this stuff for granted ever again. Jesus, William Byron again. Second time today I've seen him do that. Yeah, like Junior said, I think Boyer had Byron's rear tires lifted up off the ground going into turn 3. Yeah, Boyer had Byron jacked up all the way down the backstretch, shoved him off into turn 3, and Byron went really wide. Car didn't stick at all. Don't know what the fuck that was about. 3 wide down the front stretch, Kenseth, Newman, and DiBenedetto, and DiBenedetto takes the pass. It's thundering here at my house. So if my stream cuts off, just assume my internet went off. Like we had at Texas a couple weeks ago. But I think it's about to storm here. I'm going to go ahead and unplug my computer.
No one holds track position better than Ryan Newman. You see right here, working hard on the 21 of Matt DiBenedetto on the left, 4 of Kevin Harvick, and Cole Custer, the rookie, with the victory lane. Here he is.
Because I don't want a power surge breaking my fancy new computer. PlayStation, I'll run the risk. Just for you people. So the competition caution will be coming out next time around. We're on lap 30.
To this point, and now it just kind of runs up the racetrack and takes the spot.
How about Blaney? Blaney in the 12 dives underneath the 4. He'll take the position away, and now we're expecting at any point now the competition.
Yep, the caution's coming anytime now. Put it out, put it out. There it is. Put it out.
Blaney really steals the spot away from Kevin Harvick right there.
So Keselowski, Logano, Johnson, Almirola 4th. Elliott 5th will pit. Denny Hamlin will be the leader here. I'm assuming he'll choose to stay out since he pitted about 9 or 10 laps ago under that last caution. So Denny Hamlin should be the leader here. Like I said, it was the right call.
Right now, slated in the 3rd spot, Eric Almirola and Chase Elliott on the top 5. Before the race even began, there were some penalties that were handed out. The 32 and the 43 both received some pretty hefty penalties. Their crew chief were suspended for today. They were asked to leave the racetrack. They lost respective starting positions, so they both had to start in the back. And then each lost 10 driver and owner points. And Steve, it was improperly mounted ballast. Tell us about that.
So basically, these cars have a minimum weight. There's ballast, either lead or tungsten. They can go in frame rails in different areas of the race car. There's something about where that ballast was that NASCAR didn't like. We don't have a lot of details, but I'm sure this coming week we're going to get more of the details. Either way, as you said, I think the crew chief loss is the big one. Remember, these are reduced crew member numbers. You're down from 10 to 6. A lot of the engineers aren't here.
Here they come to pit road. No, Keselowski stays out. So Keselowski will maintain the lead. He stays out. You can go through stage 1 without pitting. The way them tires are wearing, though, I'd be careful. Slow stop for Logano, haha. Boy, Team Penske just has no luck lately. Especially for Joey Logano or Ryan Blaney.
Too bad. A lot of people saying their cars are way too tight. Chase Elliott among that group saying it needs to cut better. Center off with the corner 4 fresh Goodyear tires. And a lot of chatter on the radio, Rick, about rain in the area. Maybe the shortest race of the year. Rain going to add to the sense of urgency today.
Yeah, it was cloudy. We were watching the radar as well. Maybe a cell heading in this direction, so that has put a little more excitement, I think.
We're not going to get to halfway before it rains, okay? Calm down, Rick Allen.
22 there of Joey Logano, who came off of the racetrack in very good position. They have an issue with, you see the back of the race car, the
Yeah, the hose is hung up on the other side of the wall, wrapped around some sort of a box, a utility box of some kind of. Yeah, so we talked about this with the crew chiefs being suspended. These crew members, there are less behind pit wall than normally. Normally there's someone assigned to everything, to the hoses, to the tires. We see right here the tire changer's like, guys, I can't do everything. I'm trying to get out here. You mentioned it, Dale, there's some sort of electrical box. You see that on the backside of a lot of pit road walls. Things that are normally managed by crew members. That reduction number of crew members, Marty, are starting to affect pit stops from behind pit wall.
Yeah, these electrical boxes are right behind the wall here.
Credit to Kyle Busch. I'd like to congratulate him on his last car win today. Shout out to Brock Beard. That's a bracket buster for the last car playoffs. If there are last car playoffs, I don't think Brock Beard does that playoff shit. He's an old school guy like me. Ooh, you hear that thunder at my house? I'm in North Carolina, they're in New Hampshire, and it's about to do the same shit here that it's about to do there. Oh, remember, it doesn't even have to be raining. If there's lightning within 8 miles, gotta stop the race.
The guy starting on the front row here, the 2 of Brad Keselowski, he's yet to come to pit road.
So Keselowski's still the leader. He's not pitted yet. Hamlin second. Tyler Reddick third. Ryan Blaney fourth. 41 laps to go in stage 1. Keselowski's got himself a strong car today. Hamlin, once again, does not get going on the start. I don't know if it's that inside line or what, but on both times Hamlin's been on the front row. He's blown it big time. Boy, he's trying to make up for it. Jesus Christ, did he? Driving hard to make up for it. Keselowski pulls ahead. Hamlin and Blaney are side by side for second. Hamlin trying to slide job Blaney. Oh, used him up. Takes the spot. 40 to go in stage 1.
He says, I'm going to take your spot. He's going to enter low and just runs up the racetrack.
About to 14 now. He looked to the inside of the 12.
Hey, ain't this where Boyer got his first win?
Just behind that yellow number 12.
He's in 4th right now. Won here in 2010 as well. So yeah, if Boyer was ever going to pull off a win this year, this will be a good place to do it.
2 Xfinity starts here, 2 wins in those starts.
Yeah, the car finished 5th here last year with Benedetto behind the wheel.
Almirola is in a shitstorm right now. 3 wide. Like Custer launched off that corner. He had nowhere to go, though. He's stuck behind William Byron. That's way further back. That's outside the top 10. battling for 15th because these guys just pitted.
I think it's one of the most difficult restart racetracks to go to. The grip level is so low when they first start to the corner. Now they're trying to understand what the grip level is that they have. Changes that much.
Jeff, you made a comment earlier when we were talking about this racetrack. You said that maybe restarts are more important here than anywhere.
Track position is important. You can have a fast
Track position's important, and I'm happy to say Joe Logano has none. Battle for the lead. Keselowski and Hamlin.
These new tires, maybe, Steve.
Hamlin's got about 20 lap fresher tires than Brad.
The oldest tires of anyone out there. Interesting enough, the two can make it all the way to this stage on fuel, but he's going to paddle back on the outside. He's going to make Denny Hamlin work for this position.
That's what we talked about before the race. Jared and I were talking, and this is what's different about this racetrack. Denny Hamlin in years gone by, before they changed the racetrack, would have had this spot. So with this second and third lane being better than the bottom.
Blaney's closed in on both of them now. It looks like it's about to be a 3-car battle. We got 3 wide off of 4 for like 20th. We got a 3-car battle for the lead up front. Please don't let it rain. This is a good race. This is my kind of race.
3 wide off the corner. I hope they know they're 3 wide.
Yeah, Cole Custer in the 41 right in the middle of that.
And then the battle for the
Hamlin really pressing for this lead. I don't know how Keselowski held it off of 4. He got loose in the corner when Hamlin was right on him. 35 to go in stage 1. Yeah, Blaney's waiting for both of these guys to fuck up.
Drive underneath the 2. When he does, he's going to try to jump up on the outside of the 11. And that's the decision Denny's going to have to make. At what point does he have the confidence he can clear Keselowski? Denny's talked about how he is a smarter driver than he's ever been. Studying, paying attention more. These are the things that smart, experienced drivers know. When to try to make the pass. Young drivers just try every single time they can. Experienced drivers understand right here.
Woo-hoo! Hamlin got really tight there. And Blaney's taking advantage. Blaney's side by side with Hamlin now. And Keselowski's being a kidney stone right now. He's not making it easy. As he shouldn't. 3-car battle. What a race. And it's going to fucking rain too. So.
He said, you know what? Denny knows at what points in the race to push and at what points to not push. He said in stage 1, if we're running well, you know Denny has a belief he has a car that can win the race, and Denny Hamlin's been in the top 3. Other than that pit stop, pretty much all day today. So Denny Hamlin with a lot of confidence right now in racing smarter, according to him, than he has his entire career.
I think right now the weakness of that.
Can't believe the double zero actually held his fucking line. I thought the double zero was about to take out Blaney, but no, he actually held his fucking line. He got and kept his shit together, so good for him.
Like this 12 car, rides the 12 car, turns, gets pointed better. That's where the 12 car is better than Hamlin. That's why Hamlin was not able to pass their last.
Here comes Blaney. Again, this is for second. Is he going to be impatient? Does he put the bumper to the back of the 11?
Didn't put the bumper, but he got damn close. Maybe pushed him just a little wide. Ryan Blaney to second. He clears Hamlin. Is Hamlin going to fight back? Or is Hamlin just going to settle in? Keselowski's still the leader. Somehow, some way. Keep an eye on the Twitter. Great racing. Could be that. Low downforce. High horsepower with tires that wear. That might have something to do with it. When Kyle Busch said it's still 2020, I felt that. On so many levels. Boy, there is a big-ass storm cell coming right to the speedway. Right at us. You get great racing when these cars are not planted like fucking trees and they're having to fight for grip. This guy on Twitter, we should put Ryan Newman out in front of that storm cell. He'll block it for the rest of the race. Yes, he would. Oh, IMSA is coming to the Charlotte Roval. How about that? I don't really know shit about IMSA, but the cars look cool as fuck, and they drive all kinds of cool racetracks that NASCAR should be running. Breaking news, Joy Taylor's really hot. I miss her on Undisputed. I ain't watched Colin Cowherd much lately. Keselowski's still leading, Blaney second, Hamlin third. Blaney's looking really fast.
Those two are fighting. Here comes the 11 again.
Yeah, we talked about it. Watch this 12 car. Right here. The turn that car has.
God, Brad's taking a defensive line now to hold Blaney behind him.
For your car to point and turn sooner. A couple things it does, the main thing it does is gets the car headed in the right direction.
We are on lap 50. We are over 100 laps, just over 100 laps from halfway. The race is 3:01. We got to get to lap 151 to be halfway.
It's a major advantage if you get your car to do it.
All right, let's listen in to what Brad Keselowski is hearing from his spotter right now.
Brad's still holding him off. Now Blaney's starting to fall back a little bit. Boy, if Brad holds these guys up, there's 25 laps to go in stage one. If Brad holds them off, he's Superman. You got to give him credit.
The gap now 4 car lengths between Keselowski and Blaney. It looked as though Blaney had the better car, got to the back bumper of Keselowski, wasn't going to put the bumper to him. They're teammates. It's early in the race. 25 laps still to go in the first stage. And then Blaney has fallen off that pace, and so has Denny Hamlin.
We're seeing some impressive stuff out of his 2 car, Brad Keselowski. All these older tires, you know everybody's paying attention to this. Never stay out front.
Did Hamlin totally get it wrong when he said he thought that tires were really going to matter? Which, I mean, they did at Phoenix. It's the same tire compound as Phoenix, so... Or maybe Brad's just really muscling around. Matt DiBenedetto's 5th, by the way. Boyer 4th. But DiBenedetto's in the top 5. Christopher Bell's 10th.
That's just that traction compound changing grip. We're going to see that change throughout the day. This end of the racetrack, both of them up the racetrack. They both turn and try to leave on the bottom.
Blaney under Keselowski. Blaney's got the nose in there. Is he going to drive deeper in the corner than Brad? Boy, he really sent that in. It's not going to stick. Brad's going to take it back off the corner. Not by much, though. Blaney's still holding close. He's right next to him. Brad could not clear him. God, Brad's putting up one hell of a fight. Now Blaney really went low and hurt that entry up. And he's loose, and Brad takes it back. Brad's clear again. Jesus, man. And to think it's about to fucking rain. Brad still holds him off. Now Hamlin's under Blaney for second. Hamlin just moved him out of the way. Hamlin just clobbered Blaney and moved him out of the way. So Hamlin to second.
Early, remember, 12 got into the back of the 11 earlier. Denny Hamlin returned the favor.
Ryan Blaney just came on the radio and said, man, I should have moved Brad when I had the chance, meaning his teammate Brad Keselowski.
You're not going to move a teammate on lap 55, though. Come on, Blaney. You know this.
55 in the race, 54 complete, and Jeremy Bullins not kidding. He's led 52.
20 to go on the stage. Brad's still leading. They can't do nothing with him. Catching some lap traffic now, though. Got Brad off his line there. Hamlin, Jesus, Hamlin just about hit the wall. I don't know if he hit it, but he was sideways off of 2.
They're going to need 50 laps worth of fuel. So I think you have to come and take fuel. You know, no tires have worked for Brad Keselowski because he's fast and he's out front. Well, guess what? On the right side of your screen, the 48 of Jimmy Johnson, 4 tires at lap 32 have worked from Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson is in 6th, about to be in the top 5. He's closing on DiBenedetto for 5th. Hey, Alex Bowman's having a terrible day. He's 23rd. Chris Buescher and Ricky Stenhouse are 29th and 30th. That's bad. Hamlin making it. Oh, Hamlin puts the bumper to Brad. Got him sideways.
It's aggressive.
Keselowski gets sideways.
They finally had enough of Brad.
Hamlin drove it way
Oh, come on,
down
Brad.
the
Hit him
corner.
back if you get the
Slide
chance.
up in front of Brad.
I don't think he's going to get the chance.
That was, heard that wheel spin off the corner. That was Denny Hamlin being more aggressive with Brad than Blaney was willing to be. Blaney wasn't willing to be that aggressive.
Hamlin loose. Keselowski back to his inside.
You can hear the brakes. You can hear him on the brakes.
Let's see if Brad does what Denny did to him.
Here comes Keselowski.
Use him up, Brad. Fuck it.
I think he's worried about Brad getting back to him. Here comes Brad up the racetrack.
God, Brad sent that thing and takes the spot back. Keselowski back to the lead.
Hamlin checked up. And
My
Keselowski
God.
back up front. That has now brought
Hamlin got scared that Brad was going to hit him back and just totally blew a corner, and it gave Brad the chance.
Down into turn 3 just a little bit too hard.
And now Blaney put the bumper to Hamlin.
He's got the 12 beating on his back bumper.
Oh, it hurt Blaney more than it did Hamlin, though. He didn't hit him hard enough, and he got himself loose. Jesus, man. What a race. It cannot rain. It just cannot fucking rain. It's too good. Whoa, Hamlin tried to hit Brad again. He missed. And here comes Hamlin, or here comes Blaney under Hamlin. These three guys are beating the shit out of each other at lap 60 of 301. Hamlin trying to use the bumper again. Got Brad really loose there. Let's see how hard Hamlin packs it into one. Hamlin's got the lead back. He can slide up in front of him and clear him, but he better get gone now. I think he will this time because Blaney's putting pressure on Brad now. So Hamlin's got the lead. Brad overdrove the entry to 3. Oh, Hamlin overdrove the corner again. God, Hamlin gets the lead, and he keeps overdriving 3 and 4 when he gets it. And it's letting Brad stay right there with him. He's lucky that Blaney was showing the nose to Brad, or Brad would have really took advantage of that. My God. Whoa, Brad got a big run down the back going to 3 and 4. Let's see if Hamlin overdrives the corner again. Let's see if he does. Brad's showing him the nose. Hamlin holds the lead there. No contact. DiBenedetto's caught these guys now. It's a 4-car battle. Come on, Brad. Use the bumper. I'm encouraging you to be a bulldozer for once in your life. Caution's out. What for? Oh, Jimmy Johnson. Did he hit anything? Jimmy spun. He didn't hit nothing. Well, that pisses me off for 2 reasons. Jimmy Johnson spun, and secondly, it broke up a great battle for the lead we had going on there. That was wild, man. But Jimmy Johnson spun and didn't hit anything. I don't see a flat tire. Show me the right side. I think Jimmy just got turned around, or he just got loose and spun out himself. Which I don't doubt happened, because that's just been the way Jimmy Johnson's been for the last little bit. But the good news is Jimmy didn't hit anything, so maybe his luck's starting to turn. He was running 6th when he spun.
The swan song for Jimmy Johnson, at least the 2020 season, has been a sad one. And once again, here he is.
Oh, he spun himself out. Jimmy. He hit Boyer in the left side and spun himself out. Although Boyer was coming down, but still Jimmy. Come on, man. Blaney stays out. Hamlin, Keselowski, DiBenedetto, Pitt. Byron stays out. He needs the stage points. Byron really needs the points, and he stays out here. Brad said, I want tires, yeah. Might as well pit. He had lost the lead at that point. First car off pit road is Hamlin, but the leader's going to be Blaney, Byron in second. And Cole Custer will be third. He stayed out as well.
Junior names that we haven't really mentioned up top 5 are there now. Keselowski drops a couple spots.
Jimmy Johnson needs to stop being a fuck up. I love the man, but he's fucking up. Hope everybody's having a good day out there. Insert comment about how this is the style of aero package NASCAR should run every week. But what are you going to do? Chase Elliott too fast on pit road. Jimmy Johnson asked, does Boyer have a fucking spotter? No, he doesn't, because Brett Griffin's a fucking moron. The only good news there was that Jimmy didn't hit anything. They just lost all that damn track position they had gained through hard fucking work. Because Jimmy had really driven his way to the front. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. Fuck you, Joey Logano. You squinty-eyed, balding douche. The fuck off my television.
The New England native, Joey Logano, got his first Cup Series win right here at this racetrack.
He sure did.
My scoring monitor here says he's in 14th.
Jimmy Johnson should stay out here at the end of the stage. He really should. They just pitted and everything. Jimmy should stay out at the end of the stage. I'm sure they will. Look how hard Jimmy's on the gas. And Clint Boyer just turned down. So, yeah, I will put that on Boyer. It's not totally Jimmy's fault. Boyer just had no fucking awareness. We're going to restart with 8 to go in the stage. It's Blaney, Byron, Custer, Corey LaJoie, Daniel Suarez, and Clint Boyer. Byron really needs these points, so this is a great move.
As they cross the stripe, Ryan Blaney, a great launch there, out in front of the 24.
Denny Hamlin uses those new tires, cuts across the apron, gains 2 spots.
Denny Hamlin's going to have to pass his buddy Corey. Look how slow Suarez is. That's just horsepower. Lack of horsepower right there. That's all that is. 3-car battle for the lead again, but it's Blaney, Byron, and Custer. Custer clears Corey for 3rd. Hamlin's under Corey for 4th. Lap 69. Nice.
Maybe a little tire rub there out of the 14. Maybe some contact between the 48 and 40.
That'd be karma. Yeah, Boyer's got a left rear tire rub. It's not a bad one, but it's a bit of a rub. Hamlin's already 2nd. Boy, Hamlin's going to get the lead here, I think. He's already at 2nd, and he's working on Blaney now. Yep, he's side by side with Blaney. He's going to make quick work of him. Yeah, Hamlin just shot out of a cannon there. He's back in front. Gone. Coming to 5 to go in stage 1. Martin Truex, 3rd. Dive bombing for 2nd. He's driving way deeper than Blaney. He cleared him by a mile. Blaney's not able to really carry speed into the corner right now.
It is Denny Hamlin, Mark Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, William Byron, Cole Custer, the top 5 right now. Kevin Harvick back in the picture. He's running 6th. Brad Keselowski 7th. Christopher Bell is 8th. Corey LaJoie has fallen back to 9th after restarting up in the top 2. Clint Boyer is in 10th.
There's too much racing, Rick. I don't know where I'm supposed to look. There's action everywhere.
That's a great thing.
The same thing. I don't know what to look at.
Oh, man.
That's
Same problem.
Here's the 32, Corey LaJoy, on the right side of your screen. Trying to get by that 10 of Eric Almirola. Now he'll fall behind as we see the 37 of Ryan Friese.
Corey LaJoy is a speed bump right now. Suarez dropped even faster than him.
JTG Doherty Racing did not finish last. The last
Harvick to third. Can he clear Blaney? Yeah, Blaney's struggling right now. He's riding the struggle bus. Trying to hang on to a top 5 spot for the next 3 laps.
Guys, I want y'all to, we talked about it earlier, that 95 car on the bottom, Christopher Bell. He's been really good at this racetrack in every series he's ever been in. See if he can make that work today. Remember, he's a rookie. No practice whatsoever on this racetrack.
But look at this move right here, Rick. Excuse me, Jeff.
Christopher Bell.
Nicely done. Drive in low, left front of the apron, doesn't overdrive the exit.
Man, Blaney just got passed by Bell and Keselowski in the same corner. Blaney's back to 7th. I don't think he's going to fall much further. The next 2 cars are Byron and Boyer, and they're on the same tires as him.
Holding off Brad Keselowski there for 4th. But how about his crew chief, Jason Ratcliffe? He has 9 wins here at New Hampshire. He has 9, 6 in Xfinity, 3 in Cup. And right now, Christopher Bell trying.
Whoa, Brad, hold on to it, buddy.
Get another win maybe for Jason Ratcliffe here in the Granite State.
Want to go on the stage? It's Hamlin, Truex, and Harvick up front. Oh, shit. I'm so tired. I got up too early today.
Momentum continuing for the 11 of Denny Hamlin as he goes through.
I slept like 3 hours, 3.5 hours at most, and got out of bed like an idiot.
This will be his 4th stage win of 2020. Already has
Dennis wins stage 1.
on the season, and that means 29 playoff points. He continues to add to those.
Truex, Harvick, Bill, Keselowski are the top 5.
Did you pick him to win stage 1? I pursued to beat Dale Earnhardt Jr. this weekend. Is off to a good start.
Blaney, Boyer, Logano, Ryan Preece, top 10 in the stage.
Takes the wind right out of my sails. Makes me feel bad.
That's the best thing that's happened to Ryan Preece in several months.
So Denny Hamlin has
Actually,
once
in his
again.
entire Cup career so far.
He won.
And I'll be right back. I'm thirsty. I think I can plug my computer back up. The storm passed pretty quick. It mostly missed us, and it rained. I didn't even realize it. I looked outside and everything's soaked, but the sun is out. Okay. Well, that was as entertaining a first stage as you're ever going to see. That was really good. I'd like to see the whole race if the weather could just fuck off. That'd be really great, because that was really good. We're talking about rain now. Although, according to Bob Pockrass on this picture of the radar, the sail is weakening as it approaches the track. Let's hope it stays on that path. It's getting really close, but it is starting to break up a bit. They still might get a little bit of rain. If that passes, they might be good to go. There's more rain behind it, but it's way far away. You can tell I woke up really early today. This race is awesome, and I'm yawning.
That should be a great battle there, Wingfoot. We've we've seen a great
A lot of guys stay out. A lot of guys pit.
I guess,
Split decision
but a
again.
lot of great racing also for the lead here.
More guys stayed out than pitted.
Racing has been outstanding. And here come a few guys down on the pit road, Parker.
Hey guys, Clint Blair pits here. He was really struggling with the turn of that race car. Screamed on the radio. It just won't turn. They put 4 tires for Clint Blair there at the 14, Marty.
Well, Parker, we told you before the race, Todd Gordon said, I'm all about playoff points today. They took a swing for the fence trying to get that playoff point and win stage 1. They did not get it. Ryan Blaney winds up finishing 6th there. You see the chassis adjustment. Entry is his biggest issue right now. 2-3 on that. They've got to fix the turn from the center off and a rather long stop there for the 14 on pit road.
So, Steve, I'm going to want you to answer this when we come back, because why did Brad Keselowski have the ability to stay on?
I see raindrops.
Blaney cooked against those
I see raindrops on the camera lens. Oh boy. I cannot stand a fucking rain delay today. I'm too sleepy as it is. I'm really tired. William Byron, I fucking hate old tires. Chad Canals, well, sometimes you gotta fucking do it, dude. Chad Canals is so sassy. Wow. Gardner Minshew's not going to play this year. Don't blame him. Matt Stafford's not going to play this year. Don't blame him. Oh my God. Looking for penalties, info, whatever the fuck I can find. And I didn't realize till today that they knocked down the turn 4 grandstand at Loudon. But I noticed it today. Because I spent a lot of time thinking about the last time I was in Loudon. And it dawned on me watching the race just now. Where's the fucking turn 4 grandstand? It's gone. Rest in peace.
The Limit Berry Slush Float, $2.99, only for a limited time at Sun. Credit One Bank, the official credit card of NASCAR. Perfect for race fans. And by Coca-Cola. Together tastes better. Getting ready for the start of the second stage of the Foxwoods Casino, Resort Casino 301 from New Hampshire Motor Speedway, and watching from home and a part of our broadcast, Rutledge Wood. Hey, Rut.
Hey, Rick, so great to be with you, buddy. You know, we've been talking a lot about Jimmy Johnson, this being his retirement year. You know, he's kind of missed out on
sad retirement year.
the hoorah that so many tracks would love to help out with. Well, guess what? This morning at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, they stepped up and stepped backwards with a gift from the past in the present. That's right. He got a musket looking real sharp. They also named a 5K after him, which is cool. Not as much for people like me who would never attempt it. Speaking of people who would never attempt it, our buddy Blake Shelton pointed out something too. He said,
Is he trying to call Blake Shelton fat and lazy?
Of this year, let's just have
Speak for yourself, Rutledge.
One more year and really go bigger and better. And guys, I gotta tell you, I think Blake's right. I mean,
Hamlin, Truex, Harvick, and Christopher Bell for the restart here. Hamlin picked the outside.
Guys, are you with me? Don't you think we should have Jimmy do this one?
And I did see raindrops on the camera, but I guess it's not enough to stop the race yet.
This one, I might agree with him again. I think bring Jimmy back for another year. It's been kind of 2020's been crazy for everybody. And Steve, I'm still wanting that answer from you. Maybe when we get the restart here, but again, Keselowski was able to hold everybody off. Blaney couldn't do it. As we get ready to come up to the guy.
I think Hamlin's really going to take off here. Out of those cars up front right now, he's got the best car besides Keselowski, but Keselowski's in 5th on the inside. Hamlin with a great launch that time because he was the leader and on the outside. Like I said, I think Hamlin's just going to take off here.
The 95 of Christopher Bell.
Although Truex really strong right there. Not even close off of 2, though. Hamlin's gone.
Clear of Mark Truex Jr. and hold on to lead.
Further back.
Ryan Preece almost got it again. Almost another Kansas scenario there.
So far. Knows this racetrack really well. Right behind that one car, Kurt Busch. He's run here a lot. Modifieds.
Driver, I was focused my attention on was going to be the 42 of Kansas had so much success at New Hampshire, and you know, I think this is more his style.
Well, Truex making a run at Hamlin down the back. He's to the inside of Hamlin. I expected Hamlin to just be gone. He gets clear off of 4, though. Hamlin's still the leader.
Too dominant for those guys. Even the faster car on the inside can't get by. Truex showed some great speed though here early. Christopher Bell right now knowing he can't clear Harvick.
It's Toyota racetrack, and Christopher Bell's really good here anyway, so I'm not surprised to see him in the top 5.
Trying to make this fast, and if you don't do
Very
it,
pleasantly surprised to see Preece still in the top 10.
Take the position away. 95 really seems to fight for the bottom of the racetrack.
There's Blaney. We saw him pit. Gave up all that track position, trying to win the stage, pit it, and now he is in the mess. Now he's got to get through this without damaging his car.
It's 19th right now for Ryan Blaney.
And these are the times that the crew chief, you're holding your breath. You see the
Bubba did a good job there of not junking Blaney. He did everything he could to stay off of him.
cycled into traffic, and you know, hope is never a very good strategy, but if you're Todd Gordon right now, that's the only strategy you have.
Bell's putting pressure on Harvick for 3rd.
Is hope you make no contact, hope you kind of work your way back to the front.
They gambled all that, Steve, to try to get that stage win, which would have given them a playoff point. This was the price they paid trying to do it.
And you just see how hard it is. Even though there are 2 or 3 lanes, hard to make passes and keep your momentum. He gets underneath the 13, he's going to lose the spot to the 41 of Custer. I think.
Look at this. These are good friends off the racetrack, but you see right there, not enough racetrack between the two of Bubba and Ryan Blaney.
These short track tires, Rick, have no
Hamlin's got about a 2nd lead now.
When you run so low on air pressure, the sidewalls actually kind of get a little bit larger. They can be very, very close to the sheet metal. I get very concerned when I start to see left rears pushed in, easy tire to road.
Can you believe Gibbs picked Eric Jones over Matt Kenseth?
It is to kind of watch your car come through the field of New Hampshire. Was he going to split those 2 guys? He thought about it for a second, but he's come from 23rd to 17th for Ryan Blaney. But Jeff, behind the wheel, what is that like? Because you know you have a car that can contend with those guys up front. You can have a car that could win the race, but you got to be so careful trying to work your way through traffic.
I think Christopher Bell could win this race today.
It's really fun passing all these cars, but there's so much on the line that you're terrified.
Hamlin's dominant car now, but I like how Christopher Bell looks right now.
It's so much more difficult back there.
He just got moved up off of 2 by Keselowski, though. Let him go, Bell.
That little move there that he made.
Little move, all right.
Chasing his car off the corner, ran right on his heels. Great battle between those guys. Joey trying to get up in there and hassle the 95.
Check the weather at the next commercial break.
Trying to take the spot from him. You know,
It's only
that we're seeing today, and this,
drizzled a little bit. Sprinkled some rain, because I saw it on Joey Logano's onboard just now.
The 95 get passed by the 2, but the 2 doesn't really drive away from the 95. You know, it seems like you make a mistake or put together a couple bad laps and you lose a spot, but then the car doesn't drive away from you. Now the 2 is making some time on the 95, but the racing is so close. As I say that, Brad drives off into the distance.
Keselowski's in 4th now. Battle for 5th, though, heating up between Bell, Logano, and Almirola.
There it is right there. 95 to Christopher Bell just chasing the race car all the way out the corner. Brad driving up underneath him.
2
has a great race car today. Another guy with a great car, this 10. Eric Alvaroli's been on a tear here lately. A lot of great top 10 runs. Another strong performance today. With the pressure on.
Hamlin saying, Junior, that it is raining.
It's raining. Caution's out for rain. Yeah, caution's out. It's raining. Here we go. Here we go, people.
What we've seen out of even like Kevin Harvick.
Get hopped. It's fucking raining.
To put numbers like that together, and they've been the best right now in the Cup Series.
Not a lot of rain on the radar.
As though it was going to split, and
This should be over pretty fast.
it now has had a little precipitation.
Hopefully they won't lose the track.
But after this,
But they had to throw a caution here.
hopefully it won't be too much.
Yeah, it's raining pretty good now.
Racing. But the caution has come out now. It's the 5th caution of the day. Brad Keselowski has led the most laps at 57. Denny Hamlin is back up front. He won stage 1, and now a caution for rain.
Well, yippee. I don't need to check for a weather update. I can see what it is now. I'm so sleepy. I don't want this race to get red flag. You knew it was going to rain. This race was too good for it to not fucking rain. Although I think Hamlin was checking out there, so maybe this caution is a good thing. Oh, it is. I'm sleepy because I woke up too damn early after only sleeping a few hours. And now I'm hungry. And I smell food in the kitchen, so at least that problem will be rectified shortly, I hope. Oh, the vortex theory fails us again. Need to go raid the parking lot for passenger car tires. They got treads on them. We can race them in the rain. Hamlin, Harvick, Truex, Keselowski, and Christopher Bell's the top 5. We're on lap 94 of 301. Michigan next Saturday at 4 and next Sunday at 4. Doubleheader at Michigan. I'm all for it.
Kyle Busch is one of the toughest to pass when he has control of the race.
Here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway the past few years. Steve used the word playoff implications earlier when Kyle Busch got into the wall after a cut right front tire. As we take a look now at the playoff standings, 94 of the 301 laps have been run here, and those in yellow have clinched playoff first. But when you start looking down at the cut line, they're at 16, 17, 18. When you're talking about 11, 14 points, every position on the racetrack is.
Good news is they have not red flagged it yet.
Yet. Out of the race early, he was first one out, and can't be that comfortable when you're the reigning champion.
There's the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse right now: Rick Allen, Steve Letarte, Jeff Burton, and Dale Jr.
Risk of missing the playoffs, but his bad luck continues. Without winning any races, he's not guaranteed in. And you look below the cut line, Jimmy Johnson, he's been backwards once today. The racing has been intense. You just talked about a year ago, 2 years ago, the pushing and the shoving at the front of the field. Drivers, the pushing and the shoving at the back of the field is as crazy as we've ever seen it. I would hate to think I'm in these positions trying to protect my points, either cushion or trying to gain points.
And Jeff, we've already seen
That balance of track position and is my car going to handle on these shitty old tires?
people out of the way.
It sure has been fun to watch.
Because if it doesn't, we're going to end up back in the shit anyway.
Drivers trying to figure out how to make the pass, how to complete the pass. You see them overdriving the entrance, trying to take that high groove on exit away from them. It's just been a lot of fun to watch, and it's only going to get more intense as this race goes on. We have another stage that's going to make points. Obviously, everybody wants to win this race, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of this race. So far, it's been so much fun.
Yeah, I'm real surprised by how.
You know, Jeff Burton loves him some New Hampshire.
Early in these races, and we've seen it all year long, and there's been this big shift over the last several years of the etiquette on the racetrack, the manners and the respect. It's all kind of gone away. As we would see guys letting each other go around each other, pass each other early in the race, we don't see that anymore. Brad Keselowski fighting as hard as he can on those old tires.
Sun's coming out.
Just amazing.
Pit road's open. Harvick stays out and takes the lead. Blaney stays out and moves to second. Bubba Wallace stays out to third. Hamlin and a bunch of other guys have pitted. Sun's coming out, so I think we might be good to go here. Oh, uncontrolled tire on Martin Truex. Yep, that's the uncontrolled tire. That is a penalty. He had to dodge the tire well on the way out of his box. So there goes Martin Truex Jr.'s track position.
But Steve, the guys pitting here, taking on Goodyear tires, kind of putting themselves in a little bit of a box. Yes, you can make it to the end of stage 2, but that only leaves you 2 sets for the rest of the race. Those guys who stayed out right now will have an extra set of tires over everybody else.
That's true.
Yeah, 6 sets in the pits, Rick. That's all.
We'll see how this plays out as the wheel turns.
NASCAR puts race coverage and live in-car cameras right at your fingertips. All you have to do is search NASCAR.
Thank God we haven't had to red flag this shit.
Creamy red.
Creamy red. God, I'm hungry. I cannot wait to eat here in a little bit. I hate eating on stream, but on Sundays we always have to fucking do it during the race. Then again, we might not have to if just one of these goddamn races could start at 1 o'clock. If just one of these races could start at 1 o'clock, we'd probably be okay. Most weeks we would be okay. As far as rain and having to listen to me chew on food. Rain has stopped and NASCAR says the track is good. That's according to Bob Pockris. So fuck yeah. Little brief shower. Got a little too hard to keep racing in, but we didn't lose the track and we're good to go. The heavier rain split around the racetrack. Yeah. One. Jesus. Got lucky there. Is that dick pill testosterone commercial again? Is that fucking Doug Flutie in that commercial? Fact, when Doug Flutie takes Nugenics, his dick gets bigger than the rest of his body. That's not saying much. We are on lap 100 of 301.
For the restart, Hampshire Motor Speedway again, just a light rain, and we saw during the pit stop the issue for Martin Truex Jr. That tire not rolling toward pit wall.
That'll be a penalty. Uncontrolled tire, tail ends, and then the 19 comes in, says they have a penalty, and an accident on pit road again.
Restart with 201 laps to go. They are 50 laps from halfway. The rain has fucked off. Harvick, Blaney, Bubba Wallace, Clint Boyer up front.
Already mentioned tire limits. They started with 6 sets, 200, 2 laps to go. Some teams have 4 left, some have 3 left.
Let's see how Bubba does up front. Didn't get to restart on the outside like you'd want to, but boy, Harvick's sideways there. Blaney and Harvick are about even down the back. Well, now Harvick pulls ahead and clears Blaney. for now. Blaney dives back to the inside. Hold it, Blaney. Hold it.
Trying to get that spot. He gave all that track position up. This is the way to get it back.
Hamlin, once again, is the first car on fresh tires. He's fourth, going for third. Now, Boyer's not giving anybody room that gets on the bottom, especially on the exit of 2. Boyer runs really shallow. Just ask Jimmy Johnson. Hamlin's already second. Hamlin's second. Wow. It's Hamlin's day, guys. I don't know what to tell you. He's got fresher tires than anybody he's running with. He's in second. Harvick's got a decent lead, but that's not going to last.
So Harvick is out front. Denny Hamlin is running second. Is that deja vu? Is this something that we've seen at virtually every racetrack this year?
Doesn't matter. The size, the shape, they always end up in the front. Yeah, we knew those two guys were going to be battling for the lead.
Hamlin putting pressure on Harvick off of 4.
The advantage on the right front end, left car down the right side. These guys are racing so hard.
For the pass.
And Hamlin back to the lead.
A wrinkle there in the right front fender of the 11 of Denny Hamlin doesn't seem to affect that pass for the lead.
What a nice looking corner by the 11.
And now Penske drivers are finding out. We saw Joey Logano in this picture. We see Brad Keselowski in the 2, the 12 of Ryan Blaney. All 3 Penske drivers running here.
Hamlin, Harvick, Logano's third. Yuck.
For Penske as the Indianapolis
And Blaney's starting to fade again. That sucks.
Listen in to Ryan Blaney's radio.
Refiring. So that means on a restart, it's really, really loose. Trying to get some help. See the back of that car hanging out off the corner. Clipboard pushing down the front straightaway.
That has been the aggressor, pushing guys into the turns.
Yeah, Clint Boyer has not been shy today about making a little bit of contact. Christopher Bell back in the top 5, and he pitted at that last caution. Telling you, Bell's got a shot. If Hamlin drops the ball, Bell's really got a shot. But that's probably what it's going to take. Logano to second. Ew. My worst nightmare. Oh, well, at least Kyle Busch is on his way back to North Carolina. Boy, Chase Elliott's in quite the shit show back there for 10th place. With Almirola, Austin Dillon, and Bubba.
43 of Bubba Wallace just mentioned moments ago. He was in the top 4. Marty, he has had a pretty good run here.
Yeah, nice day for Bubba Wallace. Right now sitting in the 12th position. Of course, the report came out in Forbes magazine today, and I did talk to Bubba before.
That's going to piss the boomers off. Bubba might be co-owner of the 43 next year.
Truly offer you ownership of the team or part ownership of the team to re-sign there. He said, yep, that's true. They did offer me part ownership of the race team to re-sign there, but he told me I have a lot of options on the table, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I asked him, did he have a timeline?
That's interesting.
I would love to say the middle of August or the end of August, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. But with so many options on the table, I owe it to myself to check everything out, to listen to all the offers that are on the table. But one of them, a partial ownership at RPM, is indeed on the table for Bubba Wallace. And he said, you know what? No matter what, my deals usually come together in January. It's going to be the earliest in my career. I'm going to know where I'm driving in 2021.
Impressive for Bubba Wallace. He's been very outspoken this season. But here's a guy who he hasn't won at the Cup Series.
Keselowski passing Harvick for third.
As we just heard, they're very popular driver right now for teams.
He's had an uptick in performance this year. I think a lot of people see some real potential there if given the right opportunity. Does he stick around and continue to build this 43 program? Or does he move on to something else? Interesting to follow.
Well, and one of the cars might be the one that he's battling for position with right now, that 42, driven by Matt Kenseth. That could be an option.
Yeah, I like the idea of going and listening there.
Man, I'm excited that Bubba might get a good ride. It's up to him. Staying with that 43, I just don't feel like that's going to lead to anything good.
Take a look over the fence
He's got to try his luck somewhere else.
Well, the yard's always a good idea.
I'm sorry.
You know,
Might be the only opportunity
I just-
you get to go into some of them places.
I don't know.
See how those cultures are, those shops.
He needs to go somewhere else, I think.
Parker.
And Hendrick would be great.
You watch Logano try to race now. Denny Hamlin here. You know, I was talking with him earlier today, and since we got back from the COVID break, it's been very hit or miss from Paul Wolf and Joe Logano on this 22 car. Remember, Penske
Yeah, it looks like Logano is closing a little bit. Not at a rapid pace, but Hamlin is not driving away. Logano's right there. That's really unfortunate. You want to see me become Denny Hamlin's #1 fan for a day? You're probably about to see it. Christopher Bell putting pressure on Harvick for 4th.
In the short term, as a crew chief, you might not be as comfortable making adjustments during the race. They might not affect that side as much, so it is a work in progress. As you see the 95 of Christopher Bell, this is the guy, you mentioned it multiple times, Jeff, his success at this racetrack in the Xfinity Series. He's showing why, carrying the success over to the Cup Series. Rick, I keep looking at timing and scoring. We started the day, I'm going to contradict exactly what I said at the top of the show. 301 laps. It's going to go by a blink. But here we are. We've had 5 cautions. We're only 113 in.
This has been a hell of a race.
Go to the back. We'll see pit penalties. Joey Logano's trying to run Denny Hamlin down to the lead after a 23-second pit.
I would really like to see Christopher Bell take this thing. Hamlin's lead is stabilized. It's about a half a second over Logano. Keselowski's third, over a second and a half back. Logano's better on entry. Hamlin drives away on corner exit. That's how it looks to me. Logano's really arcing the corner, but it's not gaining him anything. But he's staying right there at half a second, so we'll see. Lap traffic will be coming up soon. Good to see Chase Elliott and William Byron back in the top 10. It's been a roller coaster day for Hendrick. Yeah, this could really hurt Hamlin here and help Logano. I don't know.
The 11 car, they're good to go to the end. The 22, good to go to the end of the stage, but that's a long time on those Goodyear tires.
Yeah, we still got almost 70 laps to go in the stage. 68 laps to go in the stage, so yeah. Good luck, Denny. They're going to need it. Fastest lap of the race is Brad Keselowski back on lap 13. Kevin Harvick on lap 88. But Denny Hamlin here recently, lap 109, the third fastest lap of the entire race. Brad is closing in on Logano and Hamlin. He was over a second and a half back. He's chopped it down to a second.
Keselowski, part of 3 Team Penske drivers that are all up in the top 6 right now. And Team Penske actually won at Road America earlier today in IMSA.
Way to go.
I
saw some of that IMSA race when I turned on my TV this morning. Saw it was raining like fuck. I can only hope it rains that much during the Xfinity race next week at Road America. That would make me very happy. Remember Mid-Ohio in 2016? Wasn't that just the best fucking race ever? Justin Marks won, and that was legitimately a fantastic race. Eric Jones says he's crashing on entry, plowing center, no drive off. Well, that's encouraging. He's the only Toyota that struggled. Well, you know, Kyle Busch, but of the Toyotas that are left running, I would say Jones is the only one struggling. Suarez is going to struggle no matter what. Lil J, I regret to inform you, I don't think there's going to be a Batman stream tonight. I think I'm going to go to bed after this race. I got up way too early today. I slept a few hours and got up at like 6:30 and been regretting it for the last little bit, but this race is really good, so...
Universal's new streaming service filled with hit movies, current shows, sports, news, and exclusive originals. You can join the flock at peacocktv.com. And, of course, one of the great shows available to stream now is Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s Lost Speedways. Junior, Jeff, we're seeing some great racing right here on this mile racetrack, the Magic Mile.
Hamlin's still the leader. Got a nice gap on Logano now.
Two Penske cars,
Logano's dropped back about 3 or 4 tenths, and Keselowski's closed up on him. But the lap traffic could come into play. 60 laps to go in stage 2 next time by.
Put his car where he wants it to be. It's a major advantage when you're in the lead. Not only for speed, but for
Eric Almirola having another great race. He's 6th. Makes me happy to see Bell and Almirola running 5th and 6th. Make me a lot happier if Logano wasn't so close to the front. You know what used to stress me out as a Dale Jr. fan is when Dale Jr. would be dominant before the halfway point of the race, and I realize I've got to spend the rest of the day hoping to God something doesn't happen for us to fuck up and lose the race. I'd rather just peak late in the race than be dominant for the whole day and just dread how the fuck are we not going to win this race because something dumb's going to happen. You know what I mean? That was a Kyle Petty line. You know what I mean?
When he first puts his foot on the brake, it doesn't provide friction. It doesn't slow the car down as much as he wants it to. Probably having to pump that pedal just a little bit. Just right along. Watch his left leg. Didn't really see him pump the pedal any. Just applied pressure.
Yeah, like Grant Keselowski's doing. Applying pressure to the back bumper of that car. Getting up underneath Joey. Joey's going to wave him by. See him stick his hand out the window. You go ahead. I need to cool off here. Back the corner up. Get off the brake pedal and allow the temperature to come out of the brake fluid so the pedal will come back. A lot of race fans don't like it when a driver just gives that.
Keselowski to second.
What you're doing right now is you're racing the racetrack. You're racing time. Time to the leader. And if you can run the line that you want to run, it can make better lap time doing that. Sometimes it's in your best interest.
We're going to have some 38.
There you go. Look how early he is off the throttle. Definitely concerned about that brake pedal fade. So he's off the gas sooner, so he doesn't have to use as much brake to allow that temperature in the fluid to come down somewhat. And his comment, Junior, was, I got to have something for the end. Meaning if I keep this pace up and this thing goes green, I'm going to run the tires off of it. So he made the decision. Hey, there's a long way to go in this stage. 56 more laps in this stage. If it goes green, I'm going to have to be good at the end. If I'm not, I'm going to be in big trouble. So I'm going to slow down now. Take care of my tires. That was the reason he gave that spot up. That's smart racing. That's understanding where you are at a particular point in the race. If it was 10 to go in the stage, he wouldn't have given that spot up. But he knows how far it is to go, and he knows what
20 laps from halfway. Sky looks clear. Still cloudy, but it's not dark.
Obviously, they can pull some tape off of the brakes if there's tape available to pull, but he can also, if the car is tight, he's having to use more brake to get the car to slow down and turn. So if they can make the balance of the car better, obviously he's talking about need more speed at the end of the run, so he wants the balance better. If they can get the car to roll the center, right here he's having to slow down too much to get the car to turn. So if they can help him turn right here, they'll have to use his
Almirola just passed Bill for 5th.
of stock car racing, right? Is taking care of that race car. That thing we talk about is taking care of
Benedetto to 10th.
is taking care of those brakes, the longevity of the race car to have speed later on.
Boy, we have been on this Joey Logano onboard side-by-side screen for like the last 10 fucking laps. Can we move on? Like, got tired of looking at his douchey face. Almirola passing Kevin Harvick for 4th. What a run. Almirola's been remarkably strong. Top 5s, Junior. Remember, he had a string of top 5s in the middle of that.
Waiting on him to sort of get that win. They start to reel off, 1 or 2 wins here, 3 wins with this race team. I think they got real potential this year to make a bigger impact. He's continuing this streak. We've seen this before, but this is different. This is a little bit more of a consistent effort. Nobody in the series is running as well week in and week out as this team.
I'm loving seeing Almirola be that strong. Where's Kurt Busch? Kurt Busch is having a very unremarkable day. I'm trying to find him in the running order.
Because he told us that the biggest thing for this team was learning what Eric wanted, what he needed to fill in his race car.
Kurt Busch is 13th. Okay. Hey, Matt Kens is 15th. That's not terrible for how they've been running. God, Eric Jones is 28th. Kyle Busch is the only car out of the race. Hamlin's got about a second and a half on Keselowski, and Logano has faded big time. He's about 3 seconds back. But Almirola's 7 seconds back and 4th. Top 5, Hamlin, Keselowski, Logano, Almirola, Harvick. Definitely the 3 best teams there, Gibbs, Penske, and Stewart-Haas. Hendrick's taking a backslide again lately. They started off the year so strong. When we came back from coronavirus, Chase Elliott should have won 4 fucking races in a row. That momentum's gone. That's why it pisses me off. It's like, man, Chase Elliott should have won 4 in a row. Don't worry, the wins will come. That's not a guarantee. Chase should have had 4 wins in a row, and now they haven't even fucking sniffed a win since Homestead. So as a Hendrick fan, I'm just a little frustrated. You just pissed me off. Oh, don't worry, the wins will come. You don't know that. Every race you give away is a fucking knife to the heart. Boy, this computer has been such a blessing in my life. Wouldn't be a complete stream if I didn't talk about how much I love my computer. Ryan Blaney says he's chattering his ass off through 3 and 4. For those of you who are interested in what Ryan Blaney's ass is doing at the moment, it's chattering. August 23rd, Indy 500, get hop.
Today's aerial coverage brought to you by Geico. Denny Hamlin continuing to lead here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. On Wednesday at 8 a.m. Eastern, make sure to join us as NBC Sports will join Sirius XM on NASCAR Radio Channel 90. Marty is going to be a part of the morning drive. So Marty Snyder, a part of that fun group.
Hey, Keselowski on the bumper of Denny Hamlin.
Hamlin struggling just a little bit now as Brad Keselowski's caught him down in the turn 3 and 4. Lap before, Denny kind of jumped the cushion one bit, got a little
When I think of Loudon, I think of Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Brad Keselowski, and Kyle Busch. So I'm not surprised that at least two of these guys are up front doing this. They've raced hard all day. Every time they've been around each other, they haven't given an inch. Eric Jones, last car on the lead lap, not giving the spot up. And here comes Brad, off a 2. Looking to the inside of Hamlin. He didn't send it. Although, wow, Brad drove through that corner so much better than Hamlin. Brad to the lead. Eric Jones kind of cost Hamlin the lead there, but here comes Hamlin back. Hamlin kind of crossed him over. That was a very delayed crossover. Look at this fucking 51. My God. 51 didn't know whether to shit or wind his watch. But Hamlin back to the lead now. Keselowski had it for a hot second, led the lap. That was the slowest developing crossover move I've ever seen, but it worked. Junior said he loves his package. Listen to Junior trying to not shit on the normal air package we usually run. Brad's not going away just yet. He's right there with Hamlin. 41 to go in stage 2. Hamlin takes the low line. Brad's trying that middle to high line there. The guy on the oldest tires, though, is Kevin Harvick. He's in 5th, and he last pitted lap 64 for real? Went up on Bubba, last car on the lead lap now. Brad once again gets the short end of the stick. The lap car just happened to run the line he wanted. Denny Hamlin brushed the wall a little bit off the 2. Didn't really hit anything, but just brushed the wall. Now Keselowski's back to his inside and going to take the lead. Keselowski to the lead. Is Hamlin going to have the momentum to cross him over? Yes, he will. Brad leads that lap. Don't go racing too hard and let Dickhead back into this thing. And Brad maintains the lead off of 2. I smell chicken cooking. And I'm hungry. Now they got some heavy-duty lappers in front of them. They got Michael McDowell, Chris Buescher, and Ty Dillon, and they're all running all over the place. Keselowski got to the outside of McDowell, made easy work of him. How's he going to deal with Buescher and Ty Dillon?
Last up here, around lap 64. Marty, my calculator says he's about 20 laps short of making it to the end of this stage on fuel.
Yes, Steve, we always see these long green flag runs here at New Hampshire, and that's what played.
This is the first really long run of the day that we've seen. We are at the halfway mark. We're on lap 150 of 301, so we're right there. So if more rain were to develop, we'd be in trouble. I'll take a look at the weather next chance I get.
If they do that under green, that would kill their race because they would go down, what, 2 laps? That's going to be hard to make up for Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, they're going to be very close to losing 2 laps where they are relative to the leader. That's Harvick, who we think has to pit. Another story.
So Kevin Harvick's hoping for a caution, or he's fucked. A caution, or he's fucked. That's interesting. Blaney, Boyer, Harvick. Harvick's not going to be able to save that much gas. Boyer and Blaney might. Or just hopefully they'll get a caution.
Going back to Ronnie Childress in that 4-car, this is how quickly things change for crew chiefs. We have 5 cautions, right? And now all of a sudden we've gone green. So Ronnie Childress in there thinking, well, if I don't get here, I'll get my check position. And then when the next caution comes out, well, right now, he hasn't got that caution.
Rick, you know what I've learned about drivers? When they come to the TV booth, they get sympathy.
We are past the halfway mark. We're on lap 152 of 301.
And Steve, we just saw Rodney Childress put the stocking over his head.
Right, you put gloves on and fireproof stocking because we talk about this. Crew limits. Normally, they're allowed to have 6 pit crew guys and 10 early crew guys. With this COVID situation, trying to manage social distancing, be as safe as possible, now they're allowed to have 6 pit crew, but only 6 early crew. That's 4 less people behind pit wall. We now see crew chiefs like Rodney Childress will come down off the pit box during a pit stop, hand in that second tank of gas. So just one more distraction for
global pandemics suck. They really do.
And let's go to pit road for a few updates. We'll start with Parker.
Well, Rick, Eric Almirola running 4th, just turned the fastest lap on the racetrack. He's been one of the fastest cars on the last 10 or 15 laps. Remember, he started on the pole. They got put back in the pack outside the top 10. And this is something that Mike Bugarevich, who worked with Eric for the first time this year, said he's been very impressed with Eric, and that is his ability to take care of the race car coming through the pack. And he said, you know, I think Eric in a lot of ways is underrated in people's eyes because he's only run at super speedways. He said, I think he takes care of the car very well and is able to maximize it late races like he's doing here today.
Parker, fastest car on the racetrack right now. William Byron just took over the 6th position. When I talked to Chad Canals earlier today, he said, honestly, we're not a winning race team right now. What we need to focus on are top 10s. Clearly, he came into the day on the bottom of the playoff grid, just plus 10.
And William Byron 6th.
Right now, he is plus 30.
Got by Christopher Bell. He's going to get by Harvick for 5th, too.
In the 6th position, Parker.
Yeah. Be right back.
Chase Elliott recovery because if you remember at lap 64, they got a speeding penalty on pit road. They come back from that, sitting in 11th right now at a racetrack that he will admit is not his best place. And he told me earlier today, I just want to understand that we're so good at Phoenix. You can say Phoenix is my best racetrack, and I feel like it translates a lot to New Hampshire, but this place I have not figured out yet. He told me today a top 10 would be a win. Right now they're flirting with that rig in 11th.
See the 12 of Blaine right there waving the 9-5 Chase Elliott. You're hearing that the 12 is going to be really, really close on fuel to make it to the end of this stage, Rick. So you pointed out, right? There's a couple different battles going on. Who has the best car, but also who's not going to have this pit call take him out of the race. The trouble with this
food has been acquired. I see I didn't miss anything while I was in the kitchen. Zip Logano's catching Hamlin for 2nd. That's alarming.
For 2 reasons. Because of the handling the car, and he's trying to save gas to make it to the end. Put himself in a big hole. As Truex trying to take another spot.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that strategy that Rodney Childress and Harvick played here. It's easy to say that now because it's not working out. They're not fucked yet. They can still get a caution. Knowing Kevin Harvick, I wouldn't be surprised if he made one himself. And just say that a lapper was pissing him off.
Harvick running in the 6th position.
Be a very Kevin Harvick thing to do.
Make it much further than where they are now. We saw the 14 getting ready on the wall.
Austin Dillon, water in that 12 car. Great run for RCR. Team has been strong on the
Yeah, another good run for RCR today.
Now the toughest pill to swallow for this 12 car is he's 16 seconds behind the leader. He has 14 seconds he can give up and not go a lap down. That sounds crazy, but Rick, 22nd, last car in the lead lap is still better than having to pit and give up 2 laps. So, and that's so frustrating, but this is, we talk about
chief to be on the same page with his driver. Todd Gordon has to continue to coach the driver of the 12 to try to make it to the end of this stage.
Keselowski's last lap was 30.
What a year to swap crew chiefs. I had no idea a global pandemic was going to happen.
That gap between Keselowski and Blaney, about 16 and a half seconds. So as they're doing the math, 15 seconds that he could give up before he would go potentially a lap down. But right now, 23 cars on the lead lap. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. running in that 23rd position. Denny Hamlin, after winning stage 1, running in the 2nd spot now. He's 3 seconds behind Keselowski.
Really, yeah. Hamlin 3 seconds back. Logano 3 seconds. Almirola 5. William Byron is in the 5th position. He's 11 seconds back. We see right here. Dale, you've kept
Man, I was hungry.
Goodyear on the left rear of that tire. I think it's just the low air pressure rubbing on the quarter panels. We see about every car. I don't see really.
It says that now. Unless 24 blow a tire. Knowing his luck.
On the right-hand side, though, I do think we're hearing maybe a little bit of damage. I think he might have had some contact with the 14. Looks pretty clean versus most.
What? Somebody had contact with Boyer today? You're kidding.
Kansas crew chief back. Chad Knaus wasn't at Kansas the last race because they were on baby watch. Well, they have a new baby. Vivian was welcomed into the family. Brooke and Chad welcoming their 2nd baby. And we're proud to welcome into this world.
Chad a little old to be having babies, ain't he?
So happy for Chad. I was fortunate to call him a friend and a teammate all those years at Hendrick Motorsports. He taught me so much. He was always so good with my children when we traveled, and we knew it'd be at this point in time that he was ready to be married and be a dad.
Never thought I'd say this, but man, I feel bad for Kevin Harvick right now.
He's really struggling right now on the way far end of these
This
tires.
is bad.
He's really lost a lot of speed, Marty.
Struggling and also trying to do all he can to save every drop of fuel. We see him maybe flip that switch right there. Rodney Childers asked him a moment ago, I want to make sure you're on that, not on that reserve switch. He said, I am not, but you saw him live. Flip that switch. That means he has to now come pit road. They've gone to that reserve fuel pickup, so they stretched it as far as they could. But CD Pollard, they're going to be about 20 laps.
Harvick didn't get his caution.
To the end of the stage.
Yeah, when you make that call to stay out, this is your worst fear. That you're the only guy. It's one thing half the field has this issue, but he's kind of out there on his own. You talk about the tires, they're gone out there, Jeff. He's just trying to stay out of the way at this point.
Yeah, he's letting Austin Dillon know that he's pitting right here. So this is a very tough pit road to get on.
Harvick's coming to pit road, 20 to go on the stage. He's the only guy that's going to come to pit road.
Pit road speed will be at this line, this yellow line. Boom, right there, pit road speed. Got to get your tank lined up. No speed there. Penalty on top of that to pit on the green would add insult to injury, Marty.
This is excruciating for the 14. Clearly one of the better cars here, but you never know what can happen here at New Hampshire. I've seen teams be able to make up laps here before, so we'll see what happens for the rest of this race. He actually said handling-wise, the car...
Hey, Chase Elliott back in the top 10. Hooray. Boy, Keselowski is cutting a wicked pace. Well, Harvick can get the wave around at the end of the stage.
Kevin Harvick won the last 2 races here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Going
That's all I got. That's the one good news I got for him. Oh, ow. I'm going to scroll the Twitter machine as I try to manage my food. Boy, this is very enjoyable NASCAR racing. Corey LaJoy to the garage, fuel cell issue. I don't know if they talked about that on the broadcast. It's a mechanical issue, so he can come back out if they fix it. Looks like this thing's going to go green to the end of the stage. Keselowski's faster now than Hamlin was at his best today. Sure seems that way. Jesus. Could they not have gone side by side there? Give me something to talk about. For a second, I thought that commercial was exclusively for the Roval because they were just showing Roval clips. And I was like, is that about to be tickets on sale now for the Roval? Forgot to call the racetrack the other day. I need to call them tomorrow. Oh, Christopher Bell's hit the wall. Caution's out. Well, Harvick got his caution way too late. Oh, that rhyme. Christopher Bell, who ran so well.
Now, Christopher Bell was running in the 6th position. The 12 had already come to pit road, Marty.
And Tom Gordon made that call.
Wow.
Coming down pit road when that caution came out, Rick, you mentioned it. He said, go ahead and pit, go ahead and pit. And now they're waiting to make sure that they get the car completely full. So see how this cycles out for Ryan Blaney. But he was on pit road when that caution came out.
Right rear tire looks like down.
Harvick could have gone 5 more laps. Well, it looks like Bell didn't hit anything. He's got a flat right rear.
Looks like he's just up in the corner. Oh, God, it snaps right around like a flat tire.
Yeah, the tire's definitely flat as he's spinning around.
Didn't hit anything.
Position, having a really strong day.
Don't see any damage.
Hopefully nothing underneath that car's tore up too much. He's on the rim right now riding down pit road.
Underneath this car, perhaps doing the brake lines. Hopefully no other damage. As you mentioned, such a strong day, Jeff. I think he, get a right rear tire on it. Should be
What's
okay.
that ugly blue logo on the quarter panel of his car? I thought it was blue tape that they fixed damage with earlier or something, but it's a logo. I spent all day thinking it was tape.
Was coming pretty soon, so this is a major break for him.
They're trying to pick the car up so they can get the jack underneath it.
Yeah, they're going to have to work a little harder than that to get it up.
That's what she said.
This car right here is the strongest guy on the team. Is normally the jack man. He's the guy running the jack. No ride heights, no interliners. Well, that's
Oh boy. Right front on.
Fucking
Jack
A.
drops before they're able to get it on. Actually, both right side tires.
It's always so dangerous for a tire changer's fingers between the fingers and the tire.
Well, we went down from 7 to 6 to 5 guys over the wall. Now there's not enough guys over the wall to pick up the car off the ground.
Good point, Dale Jr. Keselowski pits. Looks like everybody's going to pit here. It makes sense.
Bringing the lead lap cars onto pit road, Parker.
Stay out at the stage break. Harvick take the wave around here. Get a lap back.
Better. Got to be more fresh with your tires here and air pressure adjustment. A little bit of a hiccup here on the left side. Denny Hamlin is going to hold serve, I believe, on pit road of those who took 4 tires. He might have lost a spot there, Rick. But Austin Dillon with a little play there.
Austin Dillon, 2 tires to the lead. Where have I seen this before?
Strategy, and it's paid off for them.
Shout out to the command center. It's too early, though, for that to be the winning move. Let's be real. Austin Dillon only won Texas because you physically could not fucking pass whoever had the lead. So he was just able to park that piece of shit up front and stay in front of Kyle Busch and Joey Logano. Denny Hamlin, too fast on pit road. I'm kidding. Kidding. Don't have a heart attack. Well, now I'm going to Twitter and watch that be true. I was just kidding around. Don't see anything. over. Race is back on.
Play finish line happens here to make that happen. The expert analysis, live in-race picks, your racing experience with Jack. Maybe your Apple Store or Google Play and download the finish line app today.
I'm trying that too, Rick. Not so good. Picks, not so good.
Under 10 laps to go in the Foxwoods Resort Casino 301 second stage. And we want to go to Rutt's house. Hey, Rutt.
Hey, Rut.
Hey, Rick,
Hashtag
you know,
Hey Rut 301 at New Hampshire Motor
fans.
Speedway.
We got one from Jake that Steve, maybe you can answer. He said, we always hear drivers talk about camber. Either there's too much or not enough. How does camber affect the race car, especially in New Hampshire?
So that's a great question. So basically, when you look at the front tires, it's the easiest to see. The tires are not straight up and down. They're tipped either in or out, depending on the left or the right. The idea is you're trying to put those front tires in the optimal position for grip. So tipping the right front tire in, because you only turn left, puts that inside corner on the ground, Rick. It's kind of like the inside of your shoe. When you're trying to cut left, makes that tire a little bit more efficient for the driver. Problem is, too much, and you can wear out the inside of that tire.
Austin Dillon.
Austin Dillon. Let's see how long this little experiment lasts.
Here comes Eric Almirola looking to the inside.
Didn't make it to turn one. Brad Keselowski to the lead. Almirola second. Hamlin third.
He only took 2 tires. This is going to be very hard with 70 laps on the other 2 tires.
9 to go in stage 2. Boy, Hamlin's car on the short run is unstoppable. It's really good over the long run, but on the short run, it's unbeatable. He clears Almirola for second.
He made the comment that now he understands what restarts are crucial. He looks at the whole race, no longer just what lap they're on right now in the race. He looks at the whole race and says, okay, this is where I've got to be more aggressive or sometimes maybe be a little less aggressive.
And guys, remember, we just entered a long run, so drivers talk a lot to the crew chiefs about what changes they wanted for that long run. Who did that hurt for a short run? Only 8 laps to go to stage in.
Caution was good. Kevin Harvick took the wave around. We saw Christopher Bell was the caution. He's going to be in a battle with Bubba Wallace Jr. to try to get the free pass position. So on the right-hand side of your screen, you see that bright green 43 and 3 cars behind him. That red and white number 95. Very important for Bell.
Oh, Matt Kenseth's around. Didn't hit anything. We'll get a restart before the end of the stage. And Bubba gets back on the lead lap. And we're going to restart with about 3 to go in the stage, I think.
Richard Petty Motorsports. And he was running 29th, so now that'll put 29 on the
Quickie
lead
yellow.
lap for the end of this stage. There's only 6 to go.
And Rick, this changes the whole complexion because so many cars stayed out and took the wave around. You just mentioned that 29 cars now in the lead lap. They're going to come get some fresh tires.
Yes, they are.
Christopher Bell, he'll be in the free pass position for this next yellow, which we know is coming in a handful of laps for the end of the stage. So this really jumbles up the last 100 laps of this race.
That's exactly what a crew chief is looking forward to.
Yeah, exactly.
Jumbled up
See,
last stage.
Kenseth right here. You heard him say, I just spun out. Right on the bottom. Gets underneath third. A little bit of contact. Around he goes. Fortunately, no contact. Matt told me this morning it's just been so difficult to get accustomed to these cars. Think about it.
Yeah,
He has no experience with these packages, and now this low downforce package he hasn't been on a track anything like New Hampshire with these cars, and he's just really having a hard time getting adjusted.
I felt like this was a weekend where he might be able to have a great run, Marty.
Yeah, Ryan Blaney coming down pit road here. They took the wave around last time. He mentioned how that caution worked out for Kevin Harvick and his team. Also worked out for Ryan Blaney and his team. And Todd Gordon really just trying to get on a fuel schedule with everybody else here. So coming in for fuel only, and that's going to be their only thing they're going to do to the 12 car.
Yeah, but if you're already towards the back, it seemed like the fuel man struggled a little bit to get fuel in the car. I was with you, Dan. I thought Matt Kenseth, this was a weekend that I thought would feel a little bit more natural to him, stuff he's driven throughout his career. But Jeff, as you point out, although he was running well inside the top 15, had an okay day, just making a mistake. We've seen it.
Just such a big transition. And Steve,
Had to get more
you
food.
saw Blaney he did not put tires on. You know, normally they have enough tires just to keep throwing tires on, but they don't have that many tires today. So You know he wanted to put tires on there, but he just couldn't afford to in case you get a lot of caution.
It literally pitted just before that caution came out. And I put tires on. So he had, what, 2 hot laps maybe on his tires, if that. So he's got great tires on the car right now. No need to put them on. Come down, fill it up with gas.
Yeah, but if they had them, they'd have put them on.
Hamlin versus Keselowski again.
New Hampshire Motor Speedway as we look to
It's not always ended well in the past.
Race twice from Michigan International Speedway, Saturday and Sunday. We'll be on NBCSN race coverage beginning at 4 p.m. Eastern. Saturday we'll also have Xfinity Series coverage from Road America on NBCSN starting at 11:30 a.m. I'll tell you what, JTG Doherty Racing, a lot better this weekend. They've got a couple guys in top 17. Well, we also have a new guy, part of our team, Brad Doherty, will be joining the team, co-owner of
Brad Doherty.
JTG Doherty Racing.
He's back.
Overall pick back in '86, the NBA draft in Cleveland, North Carolina, before the 43 number. It's a nod to Richard Petty, played 9 years in the NBA. He was a Tar Heel from '82 to '86. As I mentioned, joining Jody and Tad Geschefter at JTG to be JTG Doherty Racing. And now, at 7 feet tall, he's knocked me down to the second tallest member of the broadcast team.
Man, if he's in the booth, Jeff, how tall of a box are the rest of us going to need? Like, I'm going to get a little worried. I mean, I'm 6'4", and I'm full apple crate over there to stand on.
Yeah, welcome to my world.
We love the fact that Brad's joining us. Such a talent.
Brad Doherty's a good dude.
Athlete, but has been so
Flashback to them shitty ESPN days.
for so many years as well.
And a huge race fan.
Yeah.
When I was full-time Xfinity racing, gosh, how long ago was that?
So is Hamlin going to shit the bed on this restart like he does every time he's on the inside?
Huge race fan, car owner. He and Robert Presley, good buddies. That's how I got to know Brad. Good to have him join the team.
So it's going to be quick here. It's 2 laps that will end stage 2. It's Brad Keselowski and Denny Hamlin.
So 2 laps
Sweep both stages.
for stage 2.
Stage 1.
What am I eating?
Christopher Ballard, 30.
Had a fried chicken fillet and some shells and cheese and baked beans. It was good. I'm done munching now, so you don't have to listen to that anymore.
Keselowski and Hamlin. Keselowski on the outside.
Here to go on the stage. Hamlin spun the tires, but nowhere near as bad as the other couple of times he's restarted second on the inside lane. Brad goes wide. What the hell? And Hamlin takes the lead. Brad totally missed turn 2 there.
Here comes Keselowski. How much pressure does he put to the back of the 11?
A lot. Don't cut away from it, NBC.
Coming up on 1 to go in stage 2.
Great move by Hamlin in 1 and 2. I think it surprised Keselowski.
Be a preview of the end of the race right here.
Brad wants this playoff point. What's he willing to do?
Well, as hard as they've raced each other earlier when it didn't matter. Woo! A little bit of contact down the back. Brad sends it. Send it. No. Denny's going to get the run off the corner. Denny's going to get the run off the corner. Oh, Brad clears him, and Brad wins stage 2. He got just clear enough to stay in front of Hamlin and win the stage. He was clear by an ass hair. That was really close.
A little bit of reminder of last year's race with Kevin Harvick. Last lap battle.
So Hamlin won stage 1. Keselowski takes stage 2.
And so Keselowski getting his 6th stage win of 2020.
There you go.
Drivers,
I'll be right back. that I'm probably going to run to the bathroom before the start of the next stage. And I'm standing up. I've been sitting down in this fucking chair way too much lately, to the point where, like, my knees will hurt after a while. I'm only 26. Is that a part of getting old? I imagine shit like that's only going to get worse as I get older. But jeez, I've had way too much time at home lately. Work has, like, stopped. Any day now I could be going back to work, but for now I'm just sitting on my ass at home every day. Hamlin's going to gamble on a pit stop to get the win. Who knows what's going to happen here? A bunch of late cautions could just totally flip this thing upside down.
NASCAR Drive.
We really don't know.
Race day companion of all your favorite drivers with high definition in-car hits. All you have to do is visit NASCAR.com/drive, or you can download the mobile app today. Okay, so points earned today. Remember, you earn points if you finish in the top 10 of each stage. Denny Hamlin winning stage number 1, finishing second in stage 2, 19 points. Keselowski also a couple positions there in both stages, puts in 16 points. Both of those already have wins, so ultimately they will be in the playoffs.
See William Bauer down there with a few points today. Real important, because he's right there in front of that bubble spot at 16. Needs to gain some points. Marty.
Austin Dillon coming down pit road, and why not? They took a swing earlier, Justin Alexander, with those 2 tires, so they're going to come in, take the left side tires that they did not take last time on that stop. Meanwhile, Kevin Harvick coming down pit road, running 17th when they came to pit road. He said the car just slid all over the place on that run, and they're having trouble when the tires cycle out. Remember, they have that extra set of tires over everybody else. So good call by Rodney Childers here. Having that extra set to play with, this now puts them on the level playing field with the 2 and the 11 and everybody else.
You know, when we talked to Rodney Childers earlier this week, he used the word...
I'll be right back. I'm going to run to the bathroom. I think hopefully this will be my final bathroom break of the race, but then again, if it is my final bathroom break of the race, that means the race is not exciting, because I usually, if the race gets really intense, I'm like, shit, I gotta piss! I'll be right back. Okay, back to finish this race off.
Previous owner here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, Bob Bear, passed away, and he was so influential in racing in New England. And I know, Jeff, you had very strong feelings about Bob.
Yeah, very nice man.
Jeff Burton got to know him a lot when he won all them races here.
He made you feel like a guest in his home, and just always so welcoming, and just a kind man. He left a huge mark on the sport.
Can you talk about the mark? You know, I didn't have a first-hand relationship with Bob there, but a New England native, I remember, you know, he
Godspeed, Bob.
250, which is a marquee late model event in New England. And then
Excuse me.
Motorsports Park and created what it is today. You know, I have to ask
We're going to
myself,
have
even here in
110 laps to go.
He gave a young kid like me a
Keselowski, Hamlin, Logano, Almirola, Byron, and Boyer. That's the front three rows. Keselowski picked the outside. Once again, you got to put Denny on that bottom. Hope he just spins the tires like crazy again.
Final stage underway here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. It's Keselowski and Denny Hamlin once again. Same rows. 110 laps remaining in the race.
Not a bad restart. Almirola 3 wide on the outside. Can't make it stick though. Not enough grip up there. Now he tries to shoot to the middle of Hamlin and Keselowski. Hamlin takes the lead.
Looking very confident in his race car.
Yeah, Almirola looks strong all of a sudden. Ooh, really loose though in that corner. Boy, Hamlin, who do you cover? Because he's got Keselowski and Almirola breathing down his neck. Brad getting to the outside of Hamlin here. I like that. That's the way you got to make the pass, I think. This early in the run, that's how you got to make the pass. Later in the run, it's going to be on the bottom. Man, Hamlin powered up off that corner, but Brad's got a good run. Crossed him over, got to his inside. Come on, wreck each other. I want Almirola to win. What a battle. It's been this way all day. William Byron, 4th. Brad and Denny are going at it. Brad's got a little something to prove. You know, he's got 2 wins this year, but they were kind of fluky, fall into your lap kind of wins. So I feel like Brad's got a little something to prove, and it's a contract year with a new crew chief. Hamlin pulls away off of 4 with the lead. Almirola and Byron side by side for 3rd. I think Brad needs this thing to go green all the way to the finish. I think that's what Brad needs. I need William Byron to win so damn bad to knock Kyle Busch back in the playoff standings even more.
See what kind of speed he's got.
Just right on the bottom of the racetrack. They showed that earlier. How he was just running the very bottom, making it work. Steve, I think you said it was a Tony Stewart line.
Yeah.
If Byron wins, and then Stenhouse wins Daytona. Jimmy Johnson wins Dover. Wishful thinking. Jimmy Johnson ain't winning shit, I'm afraid. Chase Elliott's looking as good as he has all day. He's up to 6. Caution, Matt Kenseth in the wall. Problems. He hit Rick Allen with his own catchphrase. Problems. Poor Matt Kenseth.
Interesting comment there, kind of similar to what Kyle Busch said earlier today.
Running 24th. Let's look again. How this happened.
The tire's flat right there, and he's just trying to...
It's flat going down the back.
Yeah, that tire went flat much sooner than Kyle Busch's did.
Boy, he caught a lucky break. He didn't hit the wall hard at all. Way to go, Matt Kenseth. That's a veteran driver.
Super tight on this set of tires, and that tire failed.
Running along the target.
Yeah, you see the sparks when the car goes down to the ground. To your point, Jeff, you know, is it tight because it had a slow leak, it was losing air and pushing through that tire? I mean, you just don't know what exactly caused it.
Logano to pit road. You can almost make it from here.
This early into the stage.
Boy, these guys really banking on going to the end of the race on these tires.
Got Ryan Blaney coming down pit road. Kevin Harvick also coming down pit road. You got to wonder if they feel like this is going to put them in a better window, as you mentioned, Steve. Fuel only for Kevin Harvick.
Catch a lot of cautions, it won't be a problem.
Big adjustment there for Ryan Blaney.
That's what these guys need. A lot of yellows. The hood's up on somebody. There's that McDowell.
So nerve-wracking for a crew chief because if we get a rash of yellows, we've seen tires matter for some cars, not matter for some cars. Well, everyone has to come to pit road for at least fuel. So when do you come? As soon as you're in your window, do you gamble into the yellow? We saw Kevin Harvick get caught out under green. There are so many ways this race can come to you or go away from you in the last 100 laps.
This is that crystal ball moment again.
I had one of those magic 8 balls that lied to me.
We're going to get a lot of cautions, I think.
You can be perfect.
Watch me be dead wrong, but I'm going to say we get a lot of cautions here.
Nothing. Hamlin, Keselowski, William Byron, the 22-year-old. Not a rookie, so he's not in the rookie battle, but one of the youngest.
Byron's only 22 and he's in his third year in Cup. Jesus.
Eric Almirola, who is a top
I'm 26 and ain't done shit.
Races in a row. He's running fourth. And Chase Elliott is running in the top 5 in the 5th position. Let's check in with Rutt. Hey, Rutt.
Hey, Rick, you know what? We're getting some great questions. Bernard
Hey, Rhett.
Jr., our buddy, said, hey, why do they call it the Magic Mile? I assume it has something to do with how good
There's your weekly Bernard
there.
Pollard
People said
shout
it's like
out.
Watching magic happen. Guys, why do they call it the Magic Mile?
NASCAR's most popular new fan.
Jeff, you know?
I did not know.
I don't either. I can say.
Somebody's going to tell me here in just one moment.
So I will tell you, though, I went to the first ever opening weekend of this facility in its current state, and I watched Magic Shoes, Mike McLaughlin, win both. It was like dual 125s, a modified and a Busch North car, something to that, and I was little. Maybe that's where he got. I don't know, but it's always been the Magic Mile as long as I've known.
All right, before we answer, I want to listen into Denny Hamlin's radio.
I don't like it as a big dog. I like it when tight into the center and no dribble on exit. That middle, just tight, won't turn. I got to break that away. Even when I'm kind of pointing straight, I got no dribble on exit. Just kind of yaw down.
Well, grip on exit.
So let's explain that yawn out comment, please.
Just saw a guy put on Twitter, NASCAR guy said, drivers who know how to lock their brakes are so underrated. So many wrecks are avoidable because drivers try too hard to save the car. I see that bad habit in Xfinity trucks, ARCA, and iRacing. Matt Kenseth knew exactly what to do to avoid the wall. I saw that as well. That's why I was like, good job, Matt Kenseth. Because that wreck could have been a complete disaster.
I translate that into bad, Rick. It's just bad.
But Matt Kenseth
Restarts.
is so good at what he does
Their numbers together, though, unbelievable.
that he kept that car from really hitting the wall hard at all.
Especially this year here in 2020, it's been phenomenal.
And he's still out there running. 101 laps to go. Hamlin, Keselowski, Byron, Almirola. Good launch on the outside for Hamlin. They all fan out behind him. Keselowski sends it into one. Clears Hamlin. Byron clears Hamlin. Wow, what happened, Denny? Now Denny's coming back on Byron, but damn, he let Brad get by. That's the big concern.
See if Denny Hamlin can take that second spot back. William Byron was able to get it now, not wanting to relinquish it. They go side by side for a second. Eric Almirola in the 10, waiting to pounce. Hamlin clearing the 24 of Byron.
You hear him in the throttle, after throttle, really fighting, fighting grip that he talked about. The two-car stays down in that bottom groove all the way around the corner. Denny chasing his car up out of that bottom groove into the center of the corner. I know there's more grip on that bottom groove and that top groove. The middle, not so much.
So we saw Mark Truex Jr. in the 19 running. Right in the middle, yeah, back to Benedetto in the 21. Moving out.
Those guys have more drivers have issues off of turn 2 than they do turn 4. The exit of turn 2 is a tighter radius. And there's a
Hamlin's on Keselowski's bumper again. Here we go. Come on, wreck. I need these two to wreck each other. 'Cause I'd much rather see Almirola or Byron win. Preferably Byron for the points situation. Oh, Hamlin loose in the middle of two. Let Brad drive away just a little bit, but not much. Ooh, Keselowski really missed turn 3 there. Don't look now, but Jimmy Johnson's in the top 10. Matt Kenseth in the wall again. It's a repeat of what just happened. Same thing. This time it hit the wall a lot harder. Oh, man. I think that's a done deal.
From the time before, we'll have to take a replay to confirm that. Maybe it was something else.
That's a done deal.
So we heard the crew chief, don't put right side tires on it until we can see what's rubbing. So he believes they cut another tire. Something obviously making contact.
Tires every 5 laps anyway.
Yeah, Matt's going to change the opinion.
Yeah.
Which I understand. He's
This time the tire went down as he was in the middle of 3, so he couldn't keep that thing out of the wall. It wasn't like last time when the tire went down halfway down the backstretch. He was well into turn 3 that time.
so this is behind the wall. So Rick, this is where
So
we're
Kansas
talking
out of the
about this.
race.
Now we have a group of cars that pitted a yellow ago, and now
And all them guys that pitted a minute ago
just on pit road,
are going to stay out here.
package track position, park
And Hamlin and Keselowski lead a bunch of cars down pit road. This is interesting.
Window, and he said yes.
Told you, Blaney, Logano, them guys, they need a lot of cautions. That's step 1 right there.
The car just gets better and better the longer we run, and better throughout the day. So 4 freshman year tires here for Ben.
Not a great stop for Keselowski.
You see the adjustment right there. The car's been a little bit too tight through the center for him, and as he calls it, on the extremities as well. But Denny Hamlin very good.
I'm surprised to see Logano pitted, because he pitted a minute ago, which it looks like he took gas only.
Tires there, Rick. They win the race.
Ty Dillon and Joe Logano took gas only, and a few cars stayed out.
Ty Dillon did similar strategy, no tires. Denny Hamlin, a little bit surprised by the guys he'll be running against now up front.
So, yeah. Then when I said all it was going to take was a few cautions to flip this thing over, it could be happening right now. Been a great race. I've really enjoyed this. After 10 days without a cup race, it's good to be back. I don't blame Matt Kenseth for parking it. I think it was too broke to continue anyway, but that was some 2008 Brickyard 400 shit, but it was only happening to Matt Kenseth. He sarcastically said on the radio, we're blowing tires every 5 laps anyway. That typical Matt Kenseth humor. What do you got here? I mean, I picked Hamlin to win the race. I'm sticking with it. But I would much rather see William Byron or Eric Almirola or Ryan Blaney win, obviously. Just as long as it's not Logano, I'm not going to be disappointed at the end of the day. We'll be good as long as it's not Logano. Why does my PlayStation sound like a vacuum cleaner right now? Is this what it's like to have a Roomba? So William Byron stayed out, and Chad Canals told Byron to, quote, save, 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 save. They think they could be 10 laps short, but these cautions could get them there. So old Willie B's taking the chance. They got to. Fuck it. I am NASCAR. So up front, it's Chase Elliott, Ricky Stenhouse, Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano. You can stretch it from here. Come on. Elliott, Stenhouse, Bell, and Blaney. See how fast Hamlin gets back to the front. Brad's going to have the advantage on him maybe because of the lane he's restarting in. Stenhouse, I swear to God, if you do something stupid here, I'm going to kill you. Him and Elliott are side by side for the lead. Elliott's going to power ahead down the back with Blaney right behind him. Blaney's got a better car than either of these guys. You know that. Hamlin and Keselowski stuck in traffic. That's good news for Elliott, who pulls ahead of Blaney.
Stenhouse Jr. is dropped back to third. Kevin Harvick coming into the picture. He's fourth. And then a battle for fifth. Denny Hamlin.
91 laps to go. Hamlin can sit back and pick his way through this. He's ahead of Keselowski. He just needs to take his time and pick his way past Bell, Harvick, Stenhouse. Well, I say that, and he sends it 10 miles deep into the corner. Can't complete the pass on Harvick despite that.
Into his side door.
See if he tries that again. Just overdrive the entry. Carry tons of speed through the middle, then slide up in front of Harvick. That time he didn't slide. Does he have enough speed? He does. Just to clear.
Hamlin clears Harvick. That's for fourth, I believe.
Here comes Joey Logano, also trying to get by the 4.
Seems like no matter what strategy anybody plays, you can't really stop Denny Hamlin. Stenhouse is laying over and giving Hamlin the out. He might as well let him go.
When he considers the preferred lane.
And Chase Elliott, not really seen him much today.
That wasn't Stenhouse trying to keep the preferred lane. That was let me get the fuck out of Denny's way because I don't have nothing for him anyway. It does not matter what strategy you play. It just feels like Hamlin's just going to get up there and win the thing. But it needs to get a big gap between him and Keselowski because remember, Keselowski can chase him down over the course of a really long run if this thing goes green all the way, which I don't think it will for some reason. And now Blaney and Elliott are racing hard for the lead, and Hamlin's coming. Forget coming, Hamlin's there. He is there.
Working really well for the 9 car in 1 and 2, but down here in 3 and 4, gets in the corner a little hard. They both use the high side. Blaney trying to disrupt the air on the corner.
You just got to get in Hamlin's way at this point if you're Elliott or Blaney, especially Blaney. Oh, John Hunter Nemechek in the wall, caution's out.
Left front tire on the 38.
Once again, I said we were going to get a lot of cautions. Nemechek is junked. He's out of the race.
22nd. John Hunter Nemechek, son of Joe Nemechek. Look at the side of that race car.
God, that thing is totaled.
Hard impact right there.
Hope he's all right.
Destroyed.
He's driving away, but going to the garage.
So the 23-year-old's going to take that one back into the garage, and his day will be done.
Again, getting into turn 3.
Same spot Matt Kenseth blew a tire, and oh my God. It's like he gained 20 miles an hour of speed right before he hit the outside wall.
We're in Charlotte. I can feel it.
I wonder if there was some kind of contact during
And he
that
killed the
restart.
wall.
Might have given a slow leak in that left front tire.
Elliott, Blaney, Stenhouse, Harvick, Bell, and Ty Dillon to pit road. Hamlin takes the lead back. Logano second. Keselowski third. DiBenedetto fourth.
10 laps short. They're going to bank on the cautions, which they got one here early in that run. But these guys
Now the table's flipped to where Blaney and Elliott and these guys are pretty confident they can go to the end. Hamlin and some of those guys might need to pit again or need a lot of caution help. So it's flip-flopped now.
So if you're going to pit road, the reason for that is
If it goes green, this could turn into a fuel mileage clusterfuck scenario, which I'm okay with, but we're getting them cautions I thought we'd get. This is Loudon. Best part about this race is that we genuinely don't know who's going to win yet. Obviously, Hamlin should be favored, but we don't know. Kind of hope it goes green now. I want to see what happens. So yeah, fuck it, go green. Hamlin's so fast, you got to think he's burning a lot of gas.
That Bernard Pollard Jr. had posed to him about why it's called the Magic Mile. I called my friend, who's a New Englander who knows a lot about racing, by the name of Mike Joy. He gave me the answer. So, Rod, do you know the answer?
So the answer I got came from my friend Brian Hammond, who works at SMI, and he said that Bob Bear, we've heard so many great stories today about him, he used to send all the employees to the Disney training program because he wanted people to have those skills and really understand the Disney way. Thus, the Magic Mile, just like how Disney has the Magic Kingdom. Is that? I'm sure that's what Mike Joy told you. Because
who gives a fuck? I say that because Rutledge Wood is talking.
The way Mike explained it to me, but yes, Bob Bear did send his employees down there to learn about customer service, and of course, Magic Kingdom. He picked it up and said, "We're going to call it the Magic Mile."
Well, it's a magic experience with all of the people at the track, but I've had some less than magic experiences actually trying to race there. And this is another one. You know, you ask, hey, who's better off here? The guys that are out there on older tires and less fuel, the guys that just pitted? I still have no idea, and that's what makes this race so difficult. You know, if it runs.
This race changing every caution. Going green next time. It's Hamlin, Logano, Keselowski, DiBenedetto. Oddly, Hamlin picked the inside lane. Do you think he picked the inside lane to try to take it away from Keselowski?
We saw him get really loose off of turn 2. He got the 95 just a little bit, and maybe hurt that car in the speed realm. There, we'll see when they get going here. I agree. See Denny Hamlin taking the bottom on this restart. Pretty interesting. It tells me that maybe the traction compound is worn away at the top groove of 1 and 2 in that bottom.
Yeah, I'm surprised Hamlin picked the bottom. Which he's been beat on the bottom by Keselowski several times today. So, but he gave Logano the outside. I don't like that. Can we get Logano the fuck out of there? Logano spun the tires. Gets a good push from DiBenedetto, though, but he spun the tires. And Hamlin's able to keep Brad from just diving to the bottom and just killing him through the corner like he did last time. Jimmy Johnson in the top 5. Jimmy, please don't beat yourself today. Do not beat yourself, Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson's 4th. Side by side with Truex now. Hamlin's the leader. 82 laps to go. Keselowski's with him, though. These two are so evenly matched. I give a slight edge to Hamlin, but God, Brad's good on that bottom. Brad runs the bottom better than Denny. Brad back to Denny's door.
And he's there, right at the door.
I'm amazed. These two are so good, they haven't wrecked each other or anything today. They've been racing so hard and so close. Brad takes the lead. It's back and forth with these two. Brad's really strong on the bottom. He has been all day. Hamlin's loose on the bottom of 4. He gets really loose every time he's down there. 80 laps to go.
And how do you know that if you're the leader? There's no one else to watch. It's just feel. The driver feels. He understands.
Logano, Truex, and Jimmy Johnson are right behind him if something were to happen.
As this run goes on, they'll probably migrate back toward the top.
Unless we get a repeat of Indianapolis where Denny blows a tire.
You watch these leaders, those cars that came to pit road with a little bit fresher tires are trying to make their way back up through traffic. Chase Elliott, Jones gained a little bit of time, but these guys, you see how much farther right. There's Chase Elliott right there, that white and blue Napa car outside of Ryan Priest in the 37. Having a quiet day, Ryan Priest.
increase, but I think, as you said, just feel good about a quiet day. The ninth goes up the hill to that third lane, trying to get a run off the banking, trying to get to the outside of the 20. He's able to do it. Now when he tries to cross over, no, he'll go to the outside of his teammate in the 88.
Just want to let you know that John Hunter, Nemechek, and Matt Kenseth both were evaluated and released from the infield here.
Good to know Nemechek's okay. He hit really hard. Whoa, Newman loose off a 4. You can see the right side door numbers on Newman that time.
Complete the corner at the 5/8 mark, and then that makes him lose all of his momentum on exit. Of course, was his comment after that. Steve, I'm sure as a crew chief, you've heard that a ton of times here at New Hampshire. You struggle in the middle, that affects the exit at this racetrack.
I know it sounds silly, but all of these
Hamlin to the bumper of Keselowski. Here we go again.
as you pointed out all day, Jeff,
Side by side. Brad didn't drive away.
two back down. Most of these drivers
It looked like he might, but not now. I can't remember the last time I saw two cars this even. And because we're not driving that stupid high downforce low horsepower bullshit, we can actually see that these guys are dead even.
So will somebody have to go to the outside again to win this race?
Go high, Brad.
Junior pointed out how on the restarts they were all running the bottom, but now they're entering
Truex Logano side by side for third.
and then turning down the corner, getting that grip on corner exit. Just a change, and it's more the car and the tires than it is the track. Just changing and losing.
I want this to go green. All the way to the end. Green to the end. That's what I want.
Truex Jr. has that third spot. Joey Logano and
As of now, that's what I want.
coming into the picture.
Hamlin, he's trying to work that outside on corner exit.
Because Hamlin and Keselowski will run each other out of gas if they keep doing this. If it goes all the way, they could very well run each other out of gas. They're right on the edge of making it.
Changed his line quite a bit.
Brad gets a little bit of separation there. Tyler Reddick and Cole Custer are 8th and 9th.
Quick through the center of the corner there for Hamlin.
See, you're exactly right. So he's going back to the throttle before Brad, but he's not trying to turn the car now. He's trying to let it leave on corner exit up high. And that lets him go to the gas sooner in 3 and 4. Let's see if he tries it again. It worked for him that last corner in 3 and 4. Let's see if it works this time. They both enter very similar, but watch Brad. He turns his car. This time Hamlin's showing him something different. But see Hamlin on the corner exit? Look at the difference. Now let's see what happens. Hamlin's starting to make it work. The fact he can break even with Brad is telling me that track is starting to have some grip up there on that outside lane.
And then, as quickly as you say that, he dives to the bottom of the racetrack.
These two just keep going back and
Keselowski
forth.
shuts the door.
I feel like the race has kind of swung to Keselowski, though. It's not as clear-cut as it was earlier with Hamlin.
Between the 11 and the 2.
Brad's been the one having to make gains on Hamlin throughout the day. Now I feel like the balance has shifted.
Yeah, they were quite aggressive with each other in the first stage early on. It just seems like that on the restarts, the 2 car has the speed. Over the long run, the 11 car comes back.
This was a stage 2 battle. It ends up going to Keselowski by that much. Not a car length.
Hamlin back to Brad's bumper. Trying to find another way around. He's trying everything, every line, every possible corner entry, whatever. Didn't get anything that time.
See if he can make it work again. Brad experimented a little bit that last time through there. Staying up high, turning down low later than he was before. They're just looking for traction.
70 laps to go.
Maybe in a place at a racetrack.
Come on, stay green. Just go green all the way. Let's see what happens. Because I see Chase Elliott back there in 11th on good fuel mileage here.
It was inches that Brad Keselowski had cleared the 11 of Denny Hamlin to stay up front.
Denny's got a little bit quicker car, and he's just trying to go where Brad isn't, just to get a little bit more air on the front of that car to help the turn.
69 laps to go.
Hey, even the drivers can do play-by-play behind the wheel, right?
He's having fun. Awesome racing. Brad Keselowski out front.
They're going to commercial again already?
And Denny Hamlin go back to victory lane today.
What the fuck? Okay, it's side by side, but still, that's annoying. Every time I start to get comfortable, I look back up and Hamlin pulls back up to Brad's bumper again. But the runs are becoming few and far between now for Hamlin. It's been pretty consistent for a few laps now that Brad's got the advantage. Does Hamlin get off a 4 here? Anything? Not much. Still about the same. See how they get through traffic. It's another reason why I want it to stay green. When guys like this are leading, I love me some good old-fashioned lap traffic clusterfucks. God, I'm full. I never want to eat again. I didn't eat a lot, but I'm full. I'm cutting back starting now. The last couple of days I've been good about not eating when I get bored. Next step will be working out again whenever that's a possibility. Whenever I'm allowed to go back to fucking Planet Fitness or whatever. I haven't been there in months, obviously.
Brad Keselowski.
Don't you love them 4 o'clock start times at Michigan? A track with no lights? Yeah, it'll be 3 o'clock local time there, but still.
Denny Hamlin in chase, about 0.8 of a second back. Then it's Mark Truex Jr., Joey Logano.
Having McDonald's? I'm sorry to hear that. I'm kidding.
William Byron, Eric Almirola, Cole Custer, and Chase Elliott all inside the top 10, just outside Tyler Reddick in 11.
Everything is going according to plan if this stays green.
Today, right now, doing everything he needs, and he told me, listen, we need a clean race, a race where we execute and finish. That's what they're doing so far. With 62 to go, running 5th, Parker.
And in 6th place is Jimmy Johnson, 7th time. Remember, he started 20th for the 3rd time in a row. They're not very happy the rate of draw there. Then drove to the field, got to the top 10, spun out, and then drove all the way back up to 6th. A very strong 48 car underneath Jimmy Johnson. And this team has told me, right now, with the speed we're showing, we are still focused on winning a race. And that fixes everything, Marty.
William Byron doing everything he wanted to do coming into the race today, Parker. Running in 7th right now, but only gaining 10 points above the cut line as it sits right now. The one thing he told me, we cannot afford another Texas. A race where they got in a wreck, they lost a ton of points. What he said we need, solid top 10.
Byron's had a good day. He's 20 points ahead of Reddick for the final playoff spot at the moment.
He has shown great speed inside the 8 car and getting so close to maybe win a race at Texas where his teammate Austin Dillon won a race and got them in the playoffs. So I asked his crew chief, Randall Burnett, what's your expectation of the playoffs? Is this just really cool how close you are being 10 points out coming into this race? He said, no, we expect to make the playoffs because RCR has shown the speed and we deserve to get this 8 car into the playoffs. Pretty big words for this young team.
Yes, that is a big, bold statement. Steve, I look down at Else was around 205, so it's
Yeah, Chase Elliott's in the best shape right now if this were to stay green all the way, which is why I'm hoping it does.
Chase Elliott and 10. I believe the lap 214 guys are right on their number. Close, but gonna make it no problem. The 205 guys, while they do have a yellow in there, I just don't see them running hard. So the anxiety starts to grow. When do you bring your driver in on the plan? My point is, you see the 24 of William Byron running in the 7th position. Jeff, how much fuel?
Fuck a caution. Stay green. Stay green.
I might have to tell you with 60 to go, right? Start saving me a little every lap. There's only so much you can conserve in the closing laps.
That's exactly right. And if you do try to
Stay green.
All of a sudden at once, and the crew chief says, "Hey, you got to save me all this," then it's too late. Many times it's too late, and you give up so much time.
Don't talk to Dale Jr. and Steve Letarte about fuel mileage.
Decide when to race and when not to race. Marty.
Hey, Jeff, I checked in on the 11 team, and they said we're going to be right on that number to Steve's point at getting at 205. Meanwhile, the 9 team, Chase Elliott and that group, as Steve mentioned, they are good to go. They can make it to the end. And I'll tell you what, those guys rolled from the back of the field. Chase Elliott restarted 23rd, rolled up to the top 10, and then stopped. Jeff, you know it. You try to get through traffic here. You can kind of get through a few spots.
Hey, even if it stays green, there's still a chance Hamlin makes it to the end, but I hope I'm wrong. I hope he doesn't. I hope none of that top 10 make it except for Chase or Byron.
William Byron. William had a
Maybe Almirola, but I'd rather have Chase win.
conversation. Also right behind him, Jimmy Johnson.
So everybody, race hard. Go hard.
Jimmy Johnson, actually ahead of him, he also needs to have that kind of day. Just a solid day with no problems. How many races has this team been sitting in, just like they are today, guys, and then how they ran a problem late in the race?
Rick, the longest green flag run we've had today, 71 laps. Came to an end with Bell. Melton beat the Chrysler Tire.
Yeah, Hamlin should have conceded laps ago and started saving.
Over 80 lap run. We have yet to see
Because it was clear that Keselowski, he didn't have anything for Keselowski, so he might as well just back off.
If the caution comes out, do you pit? Kind of adjustments you make. A lot of racing still to go with 55 laps.
You're right, Keselowski, you don't want to see a pit, or you don't want to see a caution, do you? Or do you because you're right there on your window for fuel?
I'm sure only Jerry Mullins knows that, to be honest. We haven't heard a lot of chatter on the radio, which tells me they're probably better than I think they are. These drivers have learned to be very, very good at saving fuel under yellow. Jerry Mullins right there, the crew chief for Racket Buster on the bottom of the screen.
Modern NASCAR is all about restarts and saving gas.
4, 5, 6 laps under those 80. These guys have become very good under yellow, so...
It's modern NASCAR in a nutshell.
He looks nervous, but that's how Jeremy kind of always looks. Very intense.
Remember last week when Rich Childress opened the doors and showed us his command center? All the teams have those, and they can tell the drivers how much fuel they're saving, how much fuel they need to save. Are they going slow enough? All that information can...
Oh, we might get the caution here. Christopher Bell's got a flat.
Gosh, they were having such a good day.
He made it to pit road. No caution. We stay green.
So Christopher Bell will get to his pit stall.
Second time that's happened to Bill. Same tire. It's a right rear again.
Boy, Rick, you could hear it pop down here in Denny Hamlin's pit. He was in the middle of 1 and 2 when that did happen. Oddly enough, Christopher said, we are really good even after that first right rear tire. That
Now they got to lift Bill's car off the ground again.
Obviously, they got that, but not
What a shitty day for Bill. He had such a good car, such a great run going.
for Christopher Bell, who ran into the top 5 after starting way in the back of the field. Not going to end very well for the 95.
You get trouble getting the jack underneath it. Well, everyone is fighting for the possibility.
On a commercial again. For love of fucking Christ. There's a lot of commercials. A lot of commercials. Side by side again, though. 50 laps to go. Brad's still leading. Second half over Denny Hamlin. Fuel is a concern for everybody in the top 10 except for Chase Elliott. I'm starting to feel like Keselowski and Hamlin are going to be fine and that they're going to make it. I feel like most of the top 10 is going to make it regardless. Yeah, they're right on it, but most of the time, being right on it is a conservative estimate. They're usually better off than you think, like Steve Letarte said. But I'm hoping that some people run out of gas. Preferably the two guys that have dominated the race. That'd be hilarious. Even if I did pick one of them. Ticking laps down now.
Again, welcome back to New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And coming up next, right after this race in St. Louis, Colorado, as the Stanley Cup qualifiers continue on NBCSN. Out front, with a 1.5-second lead is Brad Keselowski. Denny Hamlin running second. Mark Truex Jr. is third. Logano and DiBenedetto rounding out the top 5. Now with 45 laps to go.
45 laps to go.
Already starting to think fuel conservation to get to the end, at least with Brad Keselowski and Denny Hamlin. Let's find out.
Of all the guys in the top 10, I bet Logano would make it. They're told Truex that he's probably good. Ryan Preece is 13th. Not bad. Okay, maybe at this point I should just say, give me a caution. Kevin Harvick's on the move. He's up to 9th. He passed Byron and Elliott. So Harvick is the best on fuel right now in the best position, but we're hearing guys like Truex say that they're okay now.
His father is an executive at Haas in their racing and in their CNC operation. So I think there was a lot of question marks of what, why was this kid being promoted through? Now, I never questioned because his resume inside a race car was impressive. But winning at NASCAR's top level, he said, was just a moment that he said, you know what? I belong here. I can compete with these guys.
Harvick's passing Custer now. Custer waving him by, looks like.
That win, wait for some chance for Smart.
Steve, I'll tell you what, a lot of people here on pit road are noticing that 4 car. He has been rolling. Kevin Harvick.
Harvick's car is really strong right now. If there's a caution, I think Harvick should stay out. Yeah, Harvick's picking his way through pretty easily right now.
He's 11.6 seconds back, but if they can get some track position here, they can move up. Meanwhile, Denny Hamlin a little bit further up, obviously in the second position.
Keselowski's almost got a 2-second lead on Hamlin now, 40 laps to go.
And I asked Chris Gabehart a moment ago, are you good on fuel? No doubt. He said, we're good. We can go all the way.
So they told Hamlin he's good on fuel. So might as well give me a caution now.
That's what all crew chiefs hear from their drivers. You mentioned earlier.
Excuse me.
I love the leadership.
Yeah, at this point, give me a caution. Let's get a caution. Let's get a caution, see what happens. I'll change my mind.
If that comes to fruition for later in the race.
I love that on top of the pit box, right? Confidence that his driver can still do his business out here without distracting him and knowing he needs that information to make adjustments. And it's obvious with the year they're having. I mean, look at the numbers for Chris Gabehart. 52 starts, 11 wins. That is an impressive winning.
More impressive than that, 28 top fives and 52 starts with Chris Gabehart as the crew chief. That's over half their races there in the top five.
We talked to Denny about that, and that confidence, I think, breeds in Denny. He just hears that direction on top of the pit box. Another perfect example.
Battle for 6, Johnson and Almirola.
If we get a short run, he knows with 38 laps to go, anything can happen.
Remember, Denny Hamlin went winless in 2018. They got together 11 wins, and there's been no driver crew chief and since the time they got together that have had more wins. That has been much like Rodney Childress and Kevin Harvick, in my opinion. That has been really, really successful.
11 that I can think of, 12, 13, 14, long tired Indy, a mistake at Bristol. I mean, there's a couple that got away this year.
And right now, Denny Hamlin running second. Chris Lasky came down for sixth on the right-hand side of your screen down the middle. Eric Almirola moves up the racetrack just a bit there, catches the car, and that allows Jimmy Johnson to close the gap.
Eric just took that spot away. He would actually be racing up inside the top 5, but got high out of the groove on the restart before this, and has had to work his way back through this top 10.
Almirola and the 10 guys still can't put together a full race. They get great finishes, but they can't really step up and be a serious threat for a win. 35 laps to go. Keselowski, Hamlin, Truex. Keselowski by 2 seconds.
Any single car run on a set of tires, and it fell off a cliff for Kevin Harvick. So I know he's a long ways back, but I asked myself with 35 laps to go, who is right on that edge of burning these tires off? I mean, if you abuse your tires, they may...
You think somebody will blow a tire by the end of this and we get the caution that way? That's a very strong possibility.
We just seen so many tire problems today with right fronts, left fronts, right rears. I don't know how, we can go all the way to the end of this race without another tire issue on a car.
And presumably everybody's pushing the hardest, right? I mean, they're not laying back down.
Well, we got 34 laps. Really, we got like 32 for somebody to have a problem and get us a caution.
They've actually melted the beads on the tires. Well, guess when that happens?
Caution comes out with 2 to go. I'm staying out. I don't give a fuck.
34 to go in the race. Let's bring Rutledge back in. How's it been from home, Rutledge?
Oh, Jesus.
It's good, Rick. I sure wish I was there. Speaking of tires,
should have got a ticket, Rut.
For Martin Truex Jr. Was asking, could we possibly put up a graphic so he could see who has what tires left and on what car, which is pretty brilliant that even a former crew chief is still trying to crew chief from home. And exciting for him this week, it was announced that he is going to be one of the engineers for Connor Daly in IndyCar for Ed Carpenter Racing. Really exciting, but guys, any chance since I asked for him, can we just slap a graphic together who's got what tires left?
You can let him know that most everyone has one set. I love that. Everybody has a set of tires, a few exceptions, but all the leaders have one set of tires left.
Part of me wants a caution so I can see what Kevin Harvick can do if he's able to get a little bit more track position. Just a couple more spots. Restart in one of the front 2 rows. Just get to 4th. See what happens. Maybe 5th. Another fucking commercial. Whew, I think I'm going to bed after this race. I'm tired. I am beat. I'm so disappointed with Hendrick. I really am. New Hampshire's been a weird track for Hendrick for the last 8 years. Brad have to save fuel? I don't know. They must be pretty confident. If Hamlin can make it, I'm assuming Brad can make it. So probably not. Harvick's up to 7th. He just passed Jimmy Johnson. If Harvick gets to 5th, you need to panic if there's a caution. The way he's running right now. Don't know what they did, but they figured it out.
Laps to go from the Magic Mile. As we see Jimmy Johnson and Kevin Harvick continuing to fight for position. That is the 7th spot. Those two are battling for. Just behind him is Cole Custer in the 41. So right now Stuart Haas Racing has a couple of guys in the top 10 with Almirola and Harvick, as well as Custer in the 9th position. But up front it is the blue oval of Brad Keselowski, and he has a 2.4 second lead over Denny Hamlin, now 2.5 seconds. Those are the 2-stage winners.
We really need a caution. This is a long, painful run to the finish. Just wait for somebody to blow a tire, because there's nothing going on at the moment. And I'm struggling over here because I want to go to bed.
We've done 57 already with 26 still to go.
Yeah, I just don't think it's going to run green. There's nothing that I've seen today between tire life and patience and beat up race cars with fenders pushed in that we're going to get the last 25 under green. I did have a question about fuel, but watching everyone's pace, I don't see any cat and mouse games. The 2 of Brad Keselowski has driven out to an almost 3-second lead. He doesn't seem to be giving any fuel up. That tells me that those guys are good on fuel. If not, you would start to see some fuel conserving. I haven't seen it yet. Parker.
Well, Steve, Brad might agree with you on the idea that the yellow could possibly come out. You know he's thinking ahead, as you should when you're in the lead. Take a listen to this.
I'm not sure really what to ask for if there's a yellow here. A little bit of takeoff speed maybe, but not much. Then how it laps the left, the yellow comes out. He's losing a lot of drive the last 2 laps.
And that's the thing, you have a car as good as he has, led 150 laps so far in this race. It's so hard to know what can you do to make it better. Drew Boyens responded by saying, I'll just pump up the air pressures a little bit, Marty. Eric Coleman pressing the splatter for Brad Keselowski here.
This is boring. I need a caution.
That is indeed the case. They could just not go. And they have been terrific on the long runs today. Just not paying off on the last run of the day. In fact, he just complained about the car a moment ago. Chris Gamore's crew chief said, just keep driving that bucket of junk for now. Get a caution.
You know, that's
It's extra boring because I'm sleepy.
right there, is he's telling his driver, look, I know that's what you got. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Instead of pushing a driver to try to get more out of his car than is there, crew chief just says, look, you know, by calling it a bucket of junk or whatever, he's giving a little bit of feeling to Hamlin that I'm with you. We're in this together. Just get the best you can with it.
20 cars currently on the lead lap. This has been a long green flag run.
This has been a painfully long green flag run. Racing gods, I changed my mind. I want a caution.
Ryan Preece running in the 13th position right now. Having a great day for JTG Doherty.
Yeah, that's a team that definitely needs a great result after the last several weeks.
Kevin Harvick back here in 7th place, and this thing doesn't work out for them, Steve. They're going to wish they would have had a little different strategy early in the race. Think about the speed this car has. Several of them pitted on lap 214. Well, Chase Elliott, who's in 11th, also pitted on lap 214, and a solid 4.5 seconds behind.
Yep, this race is officially boring now. It's been good all day up until this last run.
No, I mean, there was moments in the race I wasn't sure how good this
There's still hope.
was, but as you pointed out,
Not a lot of hope as the laps begin to
put an exclamation
trickle
point
under 20 to go.
The speed of this 4 car, 20 laps to go. He doesn't have time to make up 12 seconds, but as we continue to say, I just don't see this thing running green to the end. I could be wrong, but we'll see.
Well, Rick mentioned what a great run for Ryan Preece in that 30.
Ryan Preece still 13th.
At Kansas on Thursday last week, to come back here and have this also run, also because this is his home racetrack. He loves this place. He tweeted top 15 would be like a win. Right now, in 13th party, they got to be feeling pretty good.
And Parker, as much as Ryan Priest loves his racetrack, his teammate Ricky Stenhouse Jr., not so much. He's finished 36 and 30th in the last
Ryan
2
Priest is so far back in points, even if he won, he still wouldn't be playoff eligible. Because you have to be in the top 30 in points for your win to get you in the playoffs, and he's 31st. That's bad. Stenhouse has got Daytona circled on the calendar.
A horrendous crash last time out at Kansas. Take a look at what happened here. And drivers, you said this is such a helpless feeling.
It is. You know, you're getting turned down the racetrack, and it's like slow motion as you're heading toward that wall. You know you're going 180 mile an hour, 170 miles an hour, and there's nothing you can do about the impact and how bad it's going to be.
Great thing was we saw Ryan Priest. He was actually more upset with the fact that he was involved in the crash than he was even resembling any type of an injury. He jumped right out of the car and just was frustrated. But boy, things have turned around today and this week.
Harvick knocking on the door for 6th. If he gets that, he just needs a caution.
So, Rick, you see on the left side, Kozlowski, Hamlin, Truex, 80 laps since the last pit stop. We projected 80 to 85 laps. So what they're going to ask their cars to go 95 laps on this final tank of fuel. Well, in that, there are 8 yellows. So that math works out. They're really not 1 for 1. You're going to save 4, 5, 6 laps there. But, you know, we're hearing these drivers are good on fuel. And then other cars, we keep hearing fuel conversations pop up. So
maybe we'll be surprised when guys start running out of gas.
3-second lead has a little bit of room to give up. There are other cars inside the top 10, Monty, that I think can be a little bit concerned where they're taking gas.
Yeah, and to your point, William Byron, one of those cars, Chad Knaus has told William, we are right on our number. We cannot afford any mistakes here. Save me what you can. We should be okay, but it is right on it. And I think none of that conversation, Steve, includes a green, white, checkered finish. So,
ooh.
right on it.
Boy, if this went to overtime. Ooh, boy. 14 laps to go. Jesus Christ, I'm barely staying awake over here. We are limping to the finish.
Saw a move William Byron tried to make on Jimmy Johnson. It didn't work out. Got real loose on corner exit. That let Chase Elliott get in there and take that spot. That's kind of what Chad Knaus was talking about. Like, no
300 cars, 9th, 10th, and 11th. I'm not happy. And Bowman's 16th. Kurt Busch 17th. That's really disappointing, too.
Steve, you maybe hinted a little bit to these guys are outside of their window, at least what they've told us. So could we see a guy run out of gas, maybe coming through green?
Somebody's going to run out on lap 300 and not win because it's a 301 lap race for absolutely no reason at all.
If you run out of gas in the middle of 1 and 2, it's a question if you even make it back around to take a checkered flag. So you can give up. Jeff, you talk about 1 point. You know, someone give up 5, 10, 15 points in the last mile.
You're talking about how many laps we have to run to go to the end the last time they pitted. Well, if it goes that far, only one of the last 22 races here didn't have a caution in the final 83 laps. So this would be really uncharted territory to run a race this long to end New Hampshire.
And we just crossed. This is lap 72 of this green flag run. It's officially the longest green flag run of the race.
Look at Tyler Reddick. Really give this a car break run, trying to get to the inside and get around William Byron here.
Trying to make that pass.
Just going to move him into 11th place. He can do it.
They stay side by side.
10 laps to go.
There in front of him.
Somebody keyed the radio, and I thought they were going to mention a yellow. I jumped whenever that radio keyed up, and they were saying 10 to go. I was like, oh, man.
17 gets way out of the way.
He gets out of the way quick. It's Chris Buescher in the 17. Haven't talked a lot about him. Roush Midway Racing.
Lead car trying to get down to the bottom of the corner here. He's going to clear the 24 of Byron. Byron's got a little run here, but take a little contact there.
Take him out, Byron. We need a caution.
Break him into the corner.
That was like a road course corner entry there for Byron.
Here comes 8 with another run back off the corner, not able to make anything out of it.
Getting that right there is a fight for the 11th position on the racetrack. Under 9 laps to go.
Great little battle here. Reddick doing such a great job this year. Doesn't really think this is his best track. He's done a good job for these guys today, and he's a team that I thought would be the odd man out in this bubble battle, but impressive today.
You mentioned the bubble battle. Here we got the 24, William Byron. He's currently 16th in point. Reddick, he's 17th out of the playoffs. And the 48 all running together. He's 2 cars out from being in the playoffs. So all these guys racing, like I said before, one position can make a difference.
Think about Reddick. We've seen him race so smart this year. He's a guy that will race hard and slip over that line and make mistakes, but he's raced so smart this year. Now, as we get closer and closer to that playoff, will he continue that string of smart runs, making great decisions, getting everything out of the car, but not getting over that line?
You see the gap on the left side of your screen between the
7 laps to go.
Keselowski, Hamlin. They're separated by 2.3 seconds. 6 seconds.
6 laps to go. Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
That Keselowski has put on his competitors. Now, does he have enough fuel to make it all the way to the finish?
I hope not. We need something interesting to happen here.
6 miles of fuel.
You see Brad leaving turn 4. Car got really loose. So he was a leader of this race. With that lead you were talking about, Rick, his car's still not driving great.
Driving well enough to stay in front.
5 laps to go.
To keep the gap about the same.
And he wants you to see 5 more laps. The last thing this 2-car wants to see is a yellow. He feels he has this race in control. I would imagine they have mapped out the
Hey, NASCAR, I see some debris.
That's available if he had to go slower to save gas.
Let's throw it back to 2009 with a debris caution.
If that caution comes out, it's a brand new ball game. You're just hoping everybody stays clean, no problem. But it's out of your control.
Kevin Harvick looking for 5th on De Benedetto.
Those two fighting for the 5th spot.
4 laps to go.
Position.
Under 4 laps to go.
Harvey wanted to commit to the bottom, but he's like waiting on the 21 to decide what line he was going to take. He was going to go where the 21 wasn't, right?
So where you going there? I guess I got to go here.
Look at this.
Oh, a little contact there.
Ooh. Damn it. Next time hit harder and spin out or something. 3 laps to go.
If they're within a lap or 2, you don't want the car to stumble. You're committed now, so just flip it to pick up every ounce of fuel. We only want to see you if you're completely out. We don't want to have any issue and lose time because it just stumbles.
Tyler Reddick trying to get by Jimmy Johnson.
That's a top 10. If Tyler Reddick can do it.
2 laps to go. I'm disgusted. Reddick and Johnson battling hard for 10th. This could be the caution right here.
Reddick trying to jump on the outside of Jimmy Johnson.
Oh, man.
There's Ryan Preece trying to get up there for a top 10.
Ryan Preece battling for a top 10. Spin now. Do something. Fuck.
This track has been amazing.
Brad Keselowski coming out of turn number 4.
White flag. 1 lap to go. It's over.
One more time around.
Oh, well. Credit 1 bank. 1 to go.
Brad Keselowski. It has been the Brad and Denny show all
I had a feeling that they could make it when they first did that, but then I started to have doubts. But that was just foolish, naive hope.
Through 3 and 4 for the final time.
Battle for 10th is intense.
Number 33 for
Brad Keselowski wins. Boyer just hit the wall off of 4. Thanks for doing it late. Hamlin 2nd. Truex 3rd. Logano 4th. Harvick 5th. Yeah, that last stage was a bit of a letdown. Overall, good race. And Tyler Reddick gets a top 10. Almirola, another top 10, and 7th. And Matt DiBenedetto finished 6th. Cole Custer 8th.
33rd win for Brad Keselowski.
Chase Elliott 9th.
Fireball Roberts for 24th.
And Brad K wins.
Anytime you can tie a guy to an Eagle fireball, things are going well for you. Third win of the 2020 season. This checkered flag moment brought to you by Advance Auto Parts. A tradition that Brad Keselowski has done in his Cup career. He will take a victory lap with the American flag.
Imagine if he fails post-race. I need the whole top 5 to fail so DiBenedetto wins. I feel nothing. After that, I feel nothing. Good crowd. They saw a good race. It just didn't end that thrilling, but good race. Wish I'd have been there. Wish I could be at anything right now other than being stuck at home. So Brad K wins it. Mr. Keselowski. First win he's earned this year. Charlotte and Bristol were bullshit.
Jeremy told him on that day, I want to make it so that Team Penske has no choice but to sign you moving forward. Obviously in the contract year now with 3 wins. And as Jeremy
Roger re-signed the man.
Right there on the radio afterwards. And in front of the fans here at New Hampshire, Brad Keselowski going to get out and celebrate with the American flag.
America. Damn, Ryan Preece ended up 16th. He was 13th a few laps ago. Keselowski's been this good at Loudon before. Remember the 2014 Loudon race?
From the 2 team, what kind of statement was that today from this group?
Well, you know, Marty, we've had a lot of great races this year with the 2 car, and we just hadn't really went out and kind of dominated a race, you know, and talking to Jeremy Bonds, and like, man, that's what we need to get to the next level. We're right there. We need to go out and go just dominate a race, and that's what today was for us with the Western Star Line Truck Parts Ford Mustang, and so really proud of my team and the effort they gave today. Great race car, and to all Team Penske, thank you. It's so great to be racing back in front of fans again. I mean, feels like forever, so welcome back, guys.
I love it, man.
That's a lot of fucking people.
Why has it worked so well with Jeremy Bullins this year? It seemed like magic from the very first race.
It's been good, you know. I've had a good
Look at the
career.
Barstool flag.
You know, Tommy needed a kick in the ass, and Jeremy and this whole team's been a kick in the butt for me to make me a little better and push me to find another level, and we're doing that so far, and I'm just really thankful. I'm in a great spot here, and hungry for more wins. So I think this is my 5th straight year with 3 wins, and but I don't want to stop here. I want us to keep going, and I know this team can do it, so I'm driven. And, you know, I just got to say, there's so much going on in the world right now. I'm just glad to be able to be a race car driver and get to be here and do these things. And, you know, we got 2 special defenses on my car with Reese Petty and Mr. Bob Bear, who passed away this week. And, you know, just wanted to say thank you for those who made the sport possible like that. And to my friend Dave, who lost his father this week in the coronavirus. Just I don't say everything much, bud. So there's so much going on in the world. We're just glad to be here, and glad that maybe we can take a few people's minds off of all the craziness. So hope you enjoyed the race.
You can tell he's enthused, Rick, and everyone needs a kick in the backside every once in a while, right? And I love the fans chanting, Brad.
So we'll run through that top 10 again when they show it, because it was a very interesting top 10
It's been sorely missed.
for the finishing order.
Drivers have said, you know, even if they
Hello, Ed.
boo or cheer,
You just got here at the end. The race is over.
reaction.
And I hate to say it, but I'm not going to be able to stream Batman tonight. I'm too damn tired.
A reminder,
woke up too early today and it's caught up with me, so we're just going to have to take the night off.
St. Louis, Colorado, before from New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The celebration beginning now for the two teams, Brad Keselowski. We'll hear from some of the other drivers. Great runs today at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Good race all around. Just
we love our new home.
anticlimactic finish. You're fine. It was just me watching the race, and not a lot happened for the last bit of it. So, what are you going to do? Would have been interesting to see a caution there because Harvick was really fast. Harvick had finally gotten their shit figured out. But that's NASCAR racing. That's how it should be. Small spoiler, high horsepower, tires that wear, slick racetrack, whatever you want to fucking say. I enjoyed it. And we get to see the complete fucking opposite style of racing at Michigan next week. But maybe it'll be a good race. I enjoyed the first Michigan race last year. I thought it was alright. Good month for racing, though. We had a good race today. And then we got every series of NASCAR on the Daytona Road Course in 2 weeks. We got the Indy 500 coming up. We got the Firecracker 400. Xfinity at Daytona. Xfinity at Road America. Good shit coming. And I still don't know why they call this track the Magic Mile. That was a great question for Bernard Pollard. Hanging around for another interview or two. And to run down that top 10 again, because it was a very interesting top 10. A lot of battles going on from 5th through about 15th there at the end of the race. Just nothing going on up front at the end. Come on, NBC. You've shown enough commercials. Come back and interview Hamlin and whoever the fuck else so I can get the hell off here. I'm tired. Tired, boss. Extra motherfucking tired. But that's what I get for only sleeping 3.5 hours and then getting up like it was a good idea when I should have stayed in bed longer. So at the playoff cut line, William Byron is 15 points ahead of Tyler Reddick for the final spot. Jimmy Johnson's 25 out. Eric Jones 31 out.
But also these crew chiefs, man, their calculators were smoking today.
Well, we knew it was going to be a challenge of when you come on pit road, when the cautions come out. But you mentioned the playoff battle was great. We saw the closing laps. Reddick, Byron, and Jimmy Johnson, 10th, 11th, 12th on the racetrack. I think that's going to be fun to watch through the summer.
All right, drivers, big fight out there on the racetrack. Not really throwing punches, but boy, it was roughing it up and people being aggressive.
Rick Allen just had me hot for no reason for about half a second. 6 races left of the playoffs. 2 Michigans, Daytona Road Course, 2 Dovers, and Daytona. Yeah, I'm watching NASCAR do this every week.
So far it's been Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick, but now it looks like Penske might be that team that can take the fight to these guys as we get close to the playoffs. Be interesting to see if.
Why is Dale Jr. so red?
As we move forward.
Yeah, we wonder who the 3rd and 4th would be in the championship for. You think right now that Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin, they've got a lot of momentum. Could it be Brad Keselowski, who's thrown his name into the hat as one of the championship 4? He gets the win today. Again, his 33rd career win. And he is celebrating in Victory Lane here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, where, again, the unique trophy at this racetrack, the Lobster, it's headed his way. And we are now headed to more hockey.
So I guess we're not getting any post-race interviews. I guess I can fuck off out of here then. Okay, so it was Keselowski wins, Hamlin 2nd, Truex 3rd, Logano 4th, Harvick 5th. DiBenedetto 6th. Almirola 7th. I think 8th was Cole Custer. 9th was Chase Elliott. 10th, Tyler Reddick. That was your top 10. Anyway, I guess I'm getting the hell off here and taking a nap. So y'all have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow. If you're interested in the Batman stuff, probably tomorrow. If you're only here for the racing stuff, I'll see you Saturday. So later.